Hey,
Love
Jez.
you.
Love
Love
you,
you, Joe.
Joe.
Love you.
Love you, Jody.
Love,
Love
mm,
you.
love
Oh,
you so much.
so much. Oh,
Love you.
total bliss.
Gorgeous.
Total bliss to look at all your gorgeous faces, which is very appropriate for the topic, Blossom Your Bliss, which is what happens just when I look at you, beautiful souls. Oh,
Oh,
gosh, I love you so much.
oh.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it, though? When we look at love,
Yes.
we feel that bliss. We just feel it's just natural. Like bliss is our most natural state of being. It's not really. I'm calling it Blossom Your Bliss because I want us to focus on remembering the bliss that we are and blossoming that memory and just really letting your bliss flow. And but really, we are always being in our blissful beings. Always, we're always in bliss. Always, always, always. Even in our fallen reality that what we believe isn't bliss, we're still choosing that. So we still actually want it. Even though it doesn't really feel like that, does it?
No.
No, no, no.
Nah. No.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, nah. As Australians would say, yeah, nah, yeah, nah. I love it. So funny. But yeah, so it's really amazing to recognize that bliss and blissful being that you are. And when you do start witnessing that in yourself, especially when you start recognizing your ego, you start recognizing your fallen consciousness that wants to believe all those programs, survival, lust and hate, win and lose, victor and victory, and all of that consciousness like that all go in categories of that, and then fold over on each other, and then become all mushed up, and it's our ego's brilliant, Well, of course it's brilliant because we are. I love it. So it's so good to be able to laugh at it, though, isn't it? Oh, but Sean, love it. So, but we really are. We're always in that. Listen to this giggling, it's beautiful. We're always in that, aren't we? We really are, even though our ego wants to say, no, we're not. I wish this and I wish that. And it's got this list of things that it's not experiencing that it wants. So, obviously, the biggest thing for blossoming your bliss is to recognize the joy that you're actually having in it, which I think Sean was just doing that very, very well.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah, so beautiful. And just really recognizing how much we've been enjoying that consciousness. And it's something that, of course, I talk about in every session because it's the foundation, and of our fallen existence is our ego. And so we need to look at that if we want to remember who we are really. And it's challenging, isn't it? It's challenging at times, but it's what you want. It's got to be what you want. You've got to feel that you want your bliss. You want to be in your bliss, but you've got to recognize what the ego thinks is bliss because it's very, very clever. It's taken all of our. Of course, it's clever because it's coming from a highly intelligent light being. That's us, and so it's very clever design of how much it can trick us into believing so much limitation and separation. And of course, oneness consciousness is so important for our bliss, is to remember the unity that we really are all in as one soul, humanity. And it's beautiful to do that instead of getting stuck in a lot of separation ego, which wants to actually blame and feel like a victim, right? And it wants to, the ego's always screaming somehow for survival. And of course, when you think about that, what that's doing, of course, that you're not really blossoming that bliss of who you really are as a love being. And our body, our soul is our soul, and even like physiologically, it's amazing how all the body really wants is love, because we're building those brain pathways in our ascension, of love. But we've got a lot of pathways that have made nice deep grooves in our brain that the brain is doing a perfect job of taking anything and everything that you give it because it's neutral. It has no preference. It only wants what you want. But there is one aspect of the brain, and it's always looking actually for love. and it's always looking for safety because it knows that love is who you are, which is quite amazing, isn't it? It's just like all of our anatomy is really only looking for love because, and the reason that's so clear is because when we don't allow that love, our bodies aren't well. They start being unwell. There's so many aspects of being unwell on many levels, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, mentally, all these aspects. And our body starts delivering, hormones that are trying to actually protect itself. We get really into the adrenaline, and we're trying to be safe, and we get into adrenaline, and then more our body's trying to balance you with that adrenaline to keep you safe. You keep doing that, the more it goes out of balance. And so, there's all these other hormones that start going on, and just the whole thing just can amplify and amplify until you decide to love again, until you decide to remember the love that you are. And that's really challenging when your body's just, your body's just being what you're choosing. So the incredibleness of our anatomy is so appropriate for our journey of our ego and our awakening. And just to really remember the love that we are, just to really remember that is really, it's only love that's even wanting that ego. It's only love that's wanting that adrenaline rush, and but we have all those, like, those are like all those hormones are great, they're all there to balance us out actually, but they can just go out of balance, all of them, even the joyful ones, the blissful hormones, they can go out of balance as well. So to find that balance in ourselves and to just start building new pathways of bliss, blossom your bliss. Look at that and start realizing that you're blossoming your bliss in those pathways of your brain. But it's your heart that rules your brain. Your brain doesn't rule your heart. Your heart rules your brain, like even in anatomy. So we want to realize that it's just representative of the love that we are. So in the heart, the choice, we always go, we feel it there, right? We feel that beautiful feeling of love. Even when we feel frightened, we go, we feel it in our gut, and also our gut is receiving messages before our brain even registers. So we're like, that's because of the instantness and the unconsciousness that's going on. When you feel that feeling like you're getting worried all the time, or you sense something isn't right, and then your brain will start activating what it needs to do to try and balance that out, right? Because our body's always seeking balance, always. It doesn't seek anything else. But because we've been out of balance with the love that we are, and shifted it into like the ego consciousness of forgetting who we are, then we've gone out of balance, and that's really just disharmony. That's just bliss not blossoming, bliss lessening, you could say. So this is what we want to really understand, just how much we feel affected. It's really good to feel your body. It's really good to notice what your body's feeling and stay really conscious of it, because your body is telling you. It's telling you what you're doing. It's telling you when you're in your ego, because it's getting those, it's sending those messages to your brain, and it's just there. And so as we keep building those pathways, your brain's only going to build what you tell it to build. It doesn't build those pathways on its own, it's up to us, So just being really, really aware of the beautiful neuroplasticity, which is the ability to transform those pathways. The neuronets, all the little beautiful sparks of light that are all connecting up to make a pathway. It's just divine. We're just light beings. It's beautiful. And so we want to be aware. And it's really good. Actually, I love the word neuroplasticity, because it means it's like, I think of like, sometimes I think of like clay, when we were kids, we used to have that clay stuff, whatever it was. And we could mold and make it into whatever we want. And our brain's like that, it's beautiful. And it absorbs what we give it. And so we can change it. can always change it. It's never set, it's never fixed. You're never stuck with what is there in your brain, ever. Not even the DNA, not anything that happened at any time. You're never ever stuck with that. It's really your option and your choice. And that's that's a huge part of blossoming your bliss, and which is really just our ascension. It's a huge part of really knowing that we can change it. We really can. And it's you really remembering how powerful you are in that love, just how powerful you really are. And there's so many ways that we've kind of been programmed and conditioned to being in our ego, thinking we're going to get fulfillment from it, right? We had to like dangle that you're going to get fulfillment with this ego, so that we would actually we'd go along with it. When we start, and so then we start building those pathways really strongly, saying that ego is joy, right? But it's not, and that's something you have to be really honest with yourself and start recognizing how much of your limitations that you're believing that are really limiting you, and you're constantly feeding them because you've given yourself that belief. There's a social conscious belief, there's the programs we had when we were a child, from parents, from grandparents, from siblings, from extended family, soul family, all sorts of input as a child. And and then we just, what do we do with that? We can question it when we're a child. I know I did, and you probably did too. Probably things didn't feel right to you, but quite often you were told that you're wrong for knowing it's not right.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, because humanity's been very fallen. It's still very fallen in so many ways, but there's a massive shift happening. Trust that. Massive shift happening. And so we want to look at what those programs are. And a lot of those programs are basically designed to take you out of love, but believing they are love, believing you'll survive. If you think about a lot of when you were a child, you were just so blissful and joyful, and until you were dominated, if you were, or until you were limited, until you were corrected, until you were being molded, like a beautiful brain getting molded with all this, all these different ways. And there's most people have a lot of good, a lot of love in their life, and then there's another lot of people that have had a lot of pain, and then there's all in between. But it's just, there's still the same answer. It's still the same answer. It's still the same situation of really understanding how you can blossom your bliss. So I think one of the really huge things that's gone into our consciousness has a lot to do with the male and the female that I've talked about in the last 3 sessions, and how anyone watching this, watch those, because there's so much information and it's really beautiful in those. And just really understanding how the roles became out of balance. It was a concept, right? The concept of how a man was supposed to be and how a woman was supposed to be, and not just in their nature, in their emotional nature, in their every nature. You can list the whole things, can list all the different things that we were responsible for, were set around that, all that being out of balance between the male and the female. And the balance is just, it's natural within us, but we've been pushing against that. So I will say this, that, and remind you all that the man was supposed to be the leader and the woman was supposed to be submissive. The submissive, nurturing care of him and make sure that he's all good, and instead of it being everyone being in their natural role, which is for a man to serve and a woman to really, allow that serving and allow her to be all she can be, and that allows him to be all he can be. As I said in those sessions, I watch those, are really awesome. But it's not just those programs, but it's what you're supposed to look like. And you think about it, the program of what a man is supposed to look like in that illusionary role, tough and big, and, you know, no matter what size or height he is, he's still supposed to be tough and big, and you know, supposed to be take control of everything. And I know a lot of men have felt really disturbed by that. And I've shared with you thousands of people that I've facilitated over these years, and literally, I'm not exaggerating, that they all struggled with that and felt overburdened, right? And then the woman always feeling like she can't even be as intelligent as she is. And I'm not saying men aren't intelligent, they are, but these programs have made everybody so suppressed and so limited. And yet the ego was making us think that it's unlimited, right? Because we all you know, we all did it. All the women wanted a man to be this big leader guy, save everything. And the man wanted this woman to, you know, serve him. And but there's never been, that's not the balance. It's not the balance. And it's not right or wrong. It's just part of the journey, right? So the concepts also, you know, to really, I think it's really important to look at the concepts of what we think someone should look like. There's so many rules about that, even though I know that's really changing a lot, which is great. You know, a lot of humanity is starting to see you can be anything you want to be, and you don't have to fit a concept anymore. But even that started to become a concept, and now it's so politically correct. People don't even know what to say. They don't even know what they're allowed to say. It's become another form of control. So we want to just get right into the love and remember the love that we are. And that's what we want to see in each other and feel from each other, is the love that we are. And not, do they look right? Are they speaking right? Do they have the right job? You know, do they have the right parents? Do they have the right DNA? Do they have the right face, the right hair color, you know, the right everything about the body? Do they, you know, and everyone has different ideas of what that is. It depends too on the programming that we had when we were watching TV, you know, when we were growing up. What was the latest program that it was supposed to look like? And it doesn't really matter how much it might evolve into being into the change as it has been. If it's still formed into a concept, it's limited. If it still has to be so politically correct that everybody's terrified of saying anything, then that's more ego as well. So I love how humanity is evolving and overcoming a lot of rules on what you're supposed to be like, you know, but at the same time, the ego has taken that and then turned that into more stress. and it's painful. It's painful and it's restricting. I think the respect aspect of it is absolutely beautiful. But what is respect really? Is respect keeping a set rule on what someone should be like? That's limiting. Respect is love. Love is respect and gratitude. And you know, one of the most amazing things, you know, one of the greatest things that our brain loves is awe. AWE, awe. Like it loves, and it's natural for it to be in awe of love, to feel the bliss of love. That's the feeling of awe, you know, and the brain loves that. It's just natural, you know, it's natural to us to just like, that's a big part of Blossom Your Bliss, is to come back to that awe, you know, to just go, wow, aren't we just all beautiful, just the way we are? No concept, no right, no rules, but just love. And when I say no rules, there's been a lot of boundaries set because of the ego. It's only the ego that needs boundaries, because the ego has caused so much pain and restriction and people doing really crazy things. But when we come back to our love, even in observing that, we can even be in awe of, wow, look what the ego did. Look what the ego is doing. Of course, we don't want to support those fallen aspects. We want to support love, but we also want to support understanding the ego. And as I always say, always feel compassion. That's another thing the brain loves. But awe is one of its biggest fulfillment. It's fulfillment to our soul. And in that awe, you start forming beautiful pathways. More you release the limited pathways. You start integrating those when you start going, wow. And that feeling when you go out, I feel this when I go out the front of my house because I've got that beautiful view and I see all the trees and the bird life is just incredible. The sound, it's just, I just really, truly am in awe of that every day. And I absolutely love that feeling. And if you don't have that, there is something that you can be in awe of. Even just looking at things online, beautiful things online is a great way to have awe. There's plenty of things that feed the ego online, isn't there? There's a huge
Yeah.
Sure is.
so
Yeah.
much. So,
Yeah.
but that, in a way, we can even be in awe. We just can be in awe of that as well. Like, wow, look what the ego is doing. And it's almost like when we have the awe of the ego in that way, we are loving it because we're understanding it. Of course, we see really painful things and we see things that we don't want them to be there anymore. And how can you change that? Well, you can by remembering the love that you are and remembering that the love they are, because the more of humanity that does that, it's going to shift us all back home to the love that we are. But there's still so much part of the journey that still doesn't want that yet. And that's difficult, right? It's difficult to accept when, we're seeing things going on in the world. We're just like, it's kind of terrifying, So that's understandable too. But allow yourself to just, no matter what, just keep coming back to that love. Fear feeds disharmony even within ourselves. It really does. We really are creating so much limitation with that, and how it's affecting even just our body, how much it's affecting our body, which is our soul. Of course, fear is overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
I know when I feel fear and when I remind myself instantly, because I've built those pathways so strongly in myself, instantly fear isn't real. I go to WDT, wisdom, discipline, and trust. And the wisdom is knowing what a fear feels like. And the discipline is to really see it is only ego. And then trust. And I think this is a time more than ever to really trust. To really trust those things, and to keep applying those three aspects really helps us with fear. It helps us with all our emotions, of course. It's just beautiful, isn't it? And that, WDT, wisdom, discipline, trust, that blossoms your bliss. That is what your body wants. Your body, your soul is your soul. Body is your soul. Your brain, it wants that. It wants to feel safe. That's all it's ever doing for you. That's all it's ever doing, is trying to keep you safe. But if you keep feeding these same pathways that taking you out of your bliss, then you're building them. And that's part of the discipline. Once you know what this emotion feels like, then the discipline is there. It's part of the discipline to really know how much this is affecting you. And I understand the strength that can take. I really do. I'm laughing just how much I've had to do it myself, and still do it myself. But I think the trust is just so important for us, to really, really trust this higher plan. Really, really trust it. And that is just feel your love. Feel your love and trust your love. Trust the love that you are and build those pathways. And be grateful. You know, gratitude gratitude helps us build pathways, good pathways, the pathways for our bliss, to blossom our bliss. Gratitude is really, really important. It really does help to build those pathways. So something I love doing is dancing. Dancing is such a very healthy thing for us to do. And I'm not talking about, you know, going to a nightclub or, you know, dancing a concept dance or anything. I'm talking about a free flow of love, of expressing love through your body dancing. And it activates all those beautiful, good hormones, you know, oxytocin, serotonin, you know, etc. All those. But it's just so good for us. And I like to dance most days actually, and you know, even just you know, for 15 minutes, I just put some of my music on, and actually love music, and just allow that, and it just feels so good. It's so good for us to do that, and to do that and let that feeling of that dancing flow, especially to our music, because it's all uplifting. I particularly like, you know, Power of Passion. Just dropping that in there because I really do. I love that track so much, and it really helps me to feel that love and that flow, and it's gorgeous. It's about Twin Flames, and it's just a beautiful song. But you know, you find a song that feels good for you. Feel that one that feels beautiful for you, that makes you feel that, and do it. You know, even if it's 5 minutes. 5 minutes has a lot of impact on blossoming your bliss. It really does. And it helps balance your body. Not when you're being rigid about it, though. Not when you're putting rules on how you're supposed to dance. Are you fitting concept the way you're dancing? Are you looking hot when you're dancing? You know, you just, what are you supposed to fit when you're dancing? Just let that all go and just flow. Just flow with what your body wants to do, because that's so nourishing. It's so nourishing for us. I mean, even scientifically, it's been proven over and over and over how good dancing is for us. It's very balancing. You know, the brain needs that balance in a way. Like walking is great too, lots of walking, because our brain, without that sort of balance, our brain isn't blossoming. I don't want to say what it's doing because I only want to say that, but let it blossom. Let it blossom with this. And so that movement, you know, moving legs and arms together, it's very, very good for our brain. Our brain loves it. It builds good, healthy pathways and good, healthy brain. And that's what we want, right? Because we want to have great memory. We want to be able to think really clearly. We want to be able to connect with our higher consciousness, and it's there. It's within us. And so we want that. We really want that, and that's why I'm encouraging you to do this, because like I said, even just a few minutes even will make a difference. But even just walking will do that. The brain really needs that movement, so remember that. It really needs it. And make time for it, because I know a lot of the time our lives are so busy. We're like, oh, I don't have time for that, or I'm too tired for that. No, I often do it just before I get into bed. And I'm tired at the end of the day, but I love it. I'll do it in the morning and I'll do it before I get into bed, because I just love it. I love doing that and having that experience, and just really knowing how healthy it is for our bliss. Have you ever noticed that when you just let yourself dance like that, that you actually do feel blissful? Because it
Yep.
gets all awesome hormones going in, all the good ones, the yummy ones that make us feel good, you know, make us feel great, instead of sitting in that, you know, full on adrenaline and over cortisoling ourselves. I don't know if cortisoling is a word, but I made it up. And you know, all these hormones are trying to fix you. They're trying to balance you, but you're telling it what to do. You're the one taking it out of balance by believing all that ego. So you will feel really good when if you give yourself this. Just walking. Nature, of course, is wonderful, but not everybody has that, somewhere to do that. But you can do it You can dance anywhere and sing. The brain loves singing too. It loves humming and it loves singing, and it balances us. So do that too, like sing or just hum if you can't sing. Just a nice little quiet hum. It's got a lot of effect. It actually really blossoms your bliss. And our liquid crystal, we talked about it in the liquid crystal session. It loves it. It loves it. It's and it helps the nectar to flow. The nectar session, go and watch that. The nectar is so good. Just talking about it just starts to flow, right?
Yeah.
And so we're like we're building with this. We're building really good, strong pathways of love and joy, and that's how we blossom our bliss. And the more that we feel these things I'm talking about the bliss, the more that will be there. And the more, when you are in a situation that you've created where it feels painful, that's going to be there more quickly for you. You've got the pathways, right? Are you all noticing that you're getting more of that, more quickly, that feeling of love?
Yes.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
You're noticing those new pathways?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes, definitely.
that's you've got to do that. You've got to make that happen. No one's going to make that happen for you. And blaming anybody else for whatever they're making you feel is not real, even though it's so believable, right? It's so believable. So believable. And it's supposed to be. That's part of how we experience being limited, is to believe it. But you know what? You don't have to. You really don't have to. No matter what situation you're in, go to that place of bliss in yourself. Finish engaging with your ego, with someone. Because it can turn into that feeding, right? The feeding experience that you're both doing. Quite often there's more one person, especially with you guys in your ascension, that's trying to feed and provoke you somehow into your ego, right? You're still wrapping up so much for those lives, right? So all those experiences, so that's still there, and it's good you put it there so that you could recognize more about what's limiting you. You can recognize what that feels like, wisdom, right? And then you can start having the discipline. And it does feel, it's very, it's kind of really courageous in a way when you do it, because quite often you're in a situation where you naturally want to defend yourself, or normally, not naturally, normally want to defend yourself. So you start just falling into it, thinking that's going to work, but it's not going to work. It's just going to feed. You might get a temporary win, but shortly there will be a lose after that. They always go together: win, lose, lose, win, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. Right? Some laughing noises and everything going on.
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like, it's a lot of discipline, really. It really is, to see these things and to not engage. Stay in the love that you are. Stay in the love that you are. Start humming if you need to. Or whatever your hum is. That's just what my one was right then. But, just let yourself do that. And as I said, share, I think it was the last session, I understand. That's where you can say, I understand, instead of engaging. And you can also just walk away if you want to, if it's appropriate and possible in that moment. Right? You just feel the gratitude for it. Thank them. Thank you. Gratitude's going to go a long, long way. That doesn't mean you're agreeing with them. It means you're recognizing your creation and you're saying, thank you for giving this to me. Thank you for being this for me. I've talked about that being forgiveness. Because if we don't do that, if we don't do the forgiveness, we're stuck in suppression. Yeah. And suppression can be very, very deep. And I've said this to you guys before, and I used to say it years and years ago. I've always said it to people, actually. If something's lasting more a feeling or emotion is lasting more than 90 seconds, it's coming from something suppressed. And you know how long resentment can hang on to? You've probably got resentment. We've all had resentment that lasted for years. Still understanding WDT, still knowing, trying to remember what it feels like, still trying to have the discipline, still trying to have the trust, right? So we can. So suppression goes real deep, and we want to bring that out with love. We want to bring it into our consciousness with love so that we can finish it with love instead of hanging on. I reckon you've all got something you're hanging on to, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone's nodding, yes. Understandable. All understandable, especially because we chose to forget ourselves to have this experience, this adventure, right? But as soon as we own that and we know that's not what we want anymore, then we can start changing, transforming. We can start integrating, start seeing the whole picture of that suppression. Like locking suppression into yourself, into your brain. Your brain's not liking that, right? Your health will decline if you do that. And it probably already has from doing it, right? But
Yeah.
easy to change. Easy to change. Remember that. It's very easy to change. And you can, and you already have. I know you guys have changed a lot. And you can continue to change a lot. Look at you. You all look so youthful. People can't even pick your age, right? Because of what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know, because you all told me stories that people just get blown out by your age because you're so youthful. Why? Because this ascension consciousness, because you're blossoming your bliss. That's what you're doing, and it's beautiful. Yeah. And this is a big part of it, is recognizing the suppression. What have you locked up in there? You've still got the key. You can't throw the key away, but you can keep it locked if you choose to. So what have you got locked up in there? Ask yourself that right now. What is it that's keeping your gut tight? What's keeping tension in your chest? What's making your shoulders start? What's making your body limited? That's suppression. That's suppression, right? So how many times have you held on to the same thing? How many times have you thought of the same thing that you've got resentment about? That you either just can't take thinking about it anymore, so you just close off to it, or you try to understand a little bit, but you keep feeding the same resentment, right?
Yeah.
I get it. And I have full compassion for myself and for you and for all of us. It makes complete sense why we would feel like that, right? Complete sense, firstly, why we had the ego experience, and secondly, why we would suppress it, because it's just too painful.
Yeah.
It's just too painful to even think about. So that's what we do, but we have to think about it if we want it to release. And we have to think about it consciously with love. Just going to have a little drink. So how do we do that? How can we free all that suppression up? How can we free all that up and come back to the blissful being instead of walking around holding all that into that? Like, that's deteriorating, right? You can feel it even when you're really young and youthful and healthy like you guys. You can still feel that, and it's just me even talking about it. I can feel that sort of feeling that is in our body, but that's something that I pay attention to. It's something that I tell myself, what is this? And how old is this? Remember, anything that lasts longer than 90 seconds, or anything that lasts, you can even just do 3 seconds, anything longer than that might be easy to count. 91 and 2 and 3, let's just go 3. That'll be You can probably guess that, a minute and a half. Well, I'm still feeling it. So, yeah, this is suppression. Right? You guys, I love the laugh. So, do you want to keep holding on to that? Or do you want to go for a little awe moment and go, wow, I've been doing that? Get that awe going instantly. You're activating some really beautiful, helpful hormones that are going to bring on that bliss, right? And help you see it with love. If you try and see suppression with all the things that are suppressing it, how's that going to change it? Not right. It's just logic. It's very simple. It's not complicated. We've made it because we've been desperate to win, If you think about it, most of the things you hang on to is because you felt like you lost somehow, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You felt like, someone was hurting you. Someone wasn't understanding you. Someone didn't listen to you. Someone ignored you. Everyone ignored you. That's fun. You're laughing because it's, for you, why doesn't everyone see me? That's part of suppression. And just contemplate these things that I'm saying and think about even just now, who are the people in your life that are still playing that out for you? And if you have some aspect of that still playing out, then you've got suppression. And suppression is really tricky and clever because you can deny that you have it. No, I'm over that. Right? That's a sure sign. That sort of response is that you do have it because you're defending it. When you're not defending it and you're just going, oh, wow, I really do. I really do. I really am hanging on to something. You can't wave an incense stick and clear that. You can't light something that's smoky and clear suppression with it. It doesn't work. Okay? I love incense, but I know that it doesn't clear suppression and it doesn't clear the vibes. It just something you want to believe is real, and that's okay because it temporarily will be for you, but ultimately it won't be. And then you'll be like, but I did all this. I did all the good spiritual things. And I love you, whatever you do, but I'm here to help guide you to blossom your bliss, right? Let those things go. Let those things go. I mean, things that you think will fix them, right? Temporarily. People use heaps of ways of doing it. Drugs, alcohol, food. Because, that makes us feel good temporarily, right? I've done all that.
Yep.
Drugs so much. I used to like alcohol and I still absolutely love food. But, I used to indulge in a lot. And until it was just, this is just not serving me. And I knew that. I knew why, because I was extremely depressed. And I know depression means there's suppression. I shared that story when I was 28 and I was just like, well, I don't want to live anymore. I'm too unhappy. Nothing I do works. Everything makes me feel terrible and bad. And, and I just said, well, what do I want to do? How can I overcome this? And I got the answer, and the answer was start realizing you create your reality. And I was like, okay, that sounds good. That sounds better than the other option, actually. So that's what I started doing. And I just started awakening and realizing, and it's just, I was blossoming my bliss right there. Just being aware of just saying that, how am I creating my reality and what is all the belief? Then everything started awakening. That's when I really started doing all my guidance because I was experiencing it. I started doing all this guidance when I was 30. So there was like the couple of years where I just kept integrating and seeing myself and understanding myself. And it really was. I was feeling happy than I ever felt in my life just from doing that. But years and years and years and years and later, here I am, and years aren't real either, right? But we are enjoying the illusion of that. It's just kept blossoming my bliss. And it's really simple. It's really simple to do that. And it just takes, what do you think it takes?
WDT.
Oh, thank you, Sean. Exactly, everyone's agreeing. But you know, that's the thing, and it's just that simple. Wisdom, discipline, and trust. And once you understand what those things mean, because I know the ego thinks wisdom is learned blame, right?
Yeah.
You've had experience and I'm never going to do that again. Blame the suppressed. That sort of wisdom suppresses you. The wisdom I'm talking about unsuppresses it, frees you with, oh, now I know what it feels like. And that's one of the first things I started to realize, that what does this feel like? I know what it feels like now, so I don't have to keep doing it. And you know, I used to have very strong ideas about what would make me happy, which were concepts, right? What the man was supposed to be, what as a woman I was supposed to be. And I didn't feel like I ever felt any of those things worked for me. And I experienced my concepts, but they didn't give me bliss. In fact, they made me feel more suppressed. Temporary victory, yay, I won, you know. I got my concept, you know, I'm the concept, woohoo, you know. And then it just, all it did was make me feel really miserable, ultimately. So when we're really connecting with love, like I know there's a lot of relationships that people stay together for a very long time. And, you know, I've read many stories on that, and they're really happy in old age and everything. But I also know those people are not well most of the time, right? And this is not my judgment, it's just my understanding, because I love them. But why aren't they well? Suppression.
Suppression.
So there's been suppression, right? One way or another. And I know that these people genuinely love each other, and that's really beautiful, and I admire that, and I love that. But I also can see there. And it takes courage and love to see these things. We don't see them by judging them. We judge them, we're just deluded. We see them by embracing them and loving them. And anybody who's having an experience of believing their ego, the only real freedom in our ascension is to embrace it and love them. And that's how we don't suppress the feeling. Right? But have a real close look at yourself. Be really honest with yourself. That doesn't mean you start hating yourself, right? I know a lot of people think that is. I don't want to be honest with myself, because I'll just hate myself so. Right? No, that feels I do. But it's like that's not what I'm talking about. Okay. Can you guys unmute, because I want to hear you when you're responding. Thank you.
Yes.
Love you.
Yeah, I need to hear and everyone needs to hear your beautiful voices.
Yeah, great.
Thank you. I love it. Thanks, Maggie. So we want to be very, very, very loving in all of this. But what have we, even as one being, what have we suppressed? What does suppression lead to? It's very toxic. And a lot of things you're seeing going on in the world is because of toxin, because of suppression. And toxin makes us think things that are ego things more. Right? So suppression, it really does. It creates toxin in the body. And it's not allowing yourself to really use your real higher consciousness. It's not allowing your brain to function on that level of love, because love is love. The chemicals of love, like love, higher love, not being in love with the concept, with the real love of the being that we are, those chemicals are potent and they're real. Like scientists even know that's real, right? And I love that they do, and they're finding these things out more and more and more. But or let yourself even be awe. Oh, wow, look how well I suppressed myself, right? Do it like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, what an idiot. I haven't been ascending. I have been suppressing myself. I'm an idiot. I'm failing my ascension. La, 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 la. So great. Oh, ascension. Love. Yay. Everything to make you feel wrong. Right. So, but no, just with just with that beautiful love of embracing and use that awe and gratitude. Like, be grateful that you do know what it feels like now, right? Beautiful gratitude, beautiful love for you for doing that. You know, that's the way you can forgive yourself. Thank me for giving me that experience. Without that, what are you doing? I love you, whatever you're doing, but you want joy and you want love and you want to blossom your bliss. And that's why you're listening to this, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is how, and this is the truth of how, and it's just beautiful. Challenging, yes. But what's really being challenged? Your ego. That's all. So when you recognize that, oh, that's just ego that's feeling challenged by this, just make it easier for yourself and build those brain pathways like that. Everything that I'm guiding you to do to remember the love that you are, if you take this and you understand this and you embrace this and you feel this, yeah, I can feel the awe of that and the bliss of that. And how many awe moments do you have in these sessions, right? A lot, because you're recognizing it. So take all that and build those pathways. Build those pathways. And if you're in a really limited situation, there's no reason you can't do this either. And I have compassion for you and I love you, whatever you're going through. I really do. I know how big it can be. This, what I'm sharing with you, is not lack of compassion. It's full of compassion. If I pitied you or I felt sorry for you, I'm feeding your ego. But with my compassion, that's my love. That is my love. And same for you. Yes, I have and do often feel sorry and sad and pity, but then I just remind myself, it's okay. Just let yourself come into the compassionate aspect of it and feel the love in that way and understanding. And you know what you can do, and I do this all the time when I'm in that situation, is I tell that soul's being that it can remember that it's love. No matter what's going on in the world or what you see in the world or with anyone that you know that's close to you, you can still do that beautiful inner being soul talking.
Yeah.
And it does work. It really does. I see it and people tell me they're experiencing it, like quite strongly within a day. Within an hour, there's change. But is that change maintained? It will depend on the choice. It really will. But still do it. No matter what that person's going to choose, do that. Because the more that you're building pathways in your brain, you're building pathways in the one soul's collective brain.
Wow.
How beautiful is that?
Yeah.
Just talk to the one soul. Talk to them because they hear you. Everything is instantly connected with. So remember that. And you can even ask the one soul to give to you. Like, you're allowed to do that. You know, you're allowed to ask for love and want love. But just remember, if you're coming from that place of save me, then you're still not blossoming your bliss. You're still limiting yourself. And that would be related to suppression. Suppression is such an incredibly important topic in relation to everything I guide, really, but especially this blossoming your bliss, because you can't blossom your bliss. You think about, I love the word blossom meaning flower, right? A flower.
Yeah.
If you've got a flower and you're trying to grow that flower, you've got to give it the right nourishment, right?
Yeah.
If you don't, what happens? It doesn't survive. It does not blossom. Just look at that, what that does. Just think about what a flower would do if it doesn't get what it needs. That's what you're doing to yourself. It's a very good example of how this works. So take a nice, beautiful, deep breath and know that you are the flower and you can nourish that. You can nourish that beautiful flower in you. Oh, you look so beautiful taking that breath, and just blossom that. Blossom yourself with love. Let that suppression come up to your consciousness, and all you have to do is WDT. That's all you have to do is just remind yourself, now I know what it feels like. And I know, especially those pathways are really strong in you to be limited. Right? They can be so strong. Like just know this: all pathways that you have in your brain are creating your reality because it's light. The more that you feed your brain love, that's the reality that you're building. So when you see something in your life that isn't representing that, transform it. WDT, transform it. And then you're transforming your reality. And if you've got something that keeps repeating, we all know what that's like. It just comes back and back and back, right? We all know that. Do it again. Just do it again and again and again. Because if you give up, then you're just believing limitation again, and you're believing that it's impossible, right? We've all believed that too, right? We've had those beliefs. And if something is happening in your life where you keep doing all of this, you're applying everything that I'm saying, and the situation is not changing, then I would take that as a very clear, well, maybe this isn't what I really want, this situation. Maybe I want a different situation. And then you can start asking yourself, well, how can I have that? Or you can do something that's extremely, completely potent and powerful, is imagine what you want. That's real. You know why? Because your brain's taken those pathways and it's creating a reality of the light. Don't ever underestimate the imagination of yourself. Don't ever do that, because then you're suppressing your talent. So we don't want to do that. So imagine really huge, right? Go for your imagination, like massive, even if it seems delusional, right? Just do it. Just don't worry about the delusion part, because it's not. It's just a limitation, right? Go huge with your imagination. Go really big. If you're wanting something with your ego, that's what you're going to get. But if you're wanting something from your love, and your whole imagination is for love and for a blissful life, for you blossoming in your bliss, for you living that bliss. And there's so many things that can represent that, and that's okay. Go for it. Just go for it. Be real. No, that's real. You being real. That's the real blossoming. And you could say these pathways are like beautiful blossoming blossoms of bliss. That's beautiful to imagine, and do that. Just start with W, wisdom. Now I know what it feels like to be limited, to be anything that now, any of those things that you're feeling you can't change. Just keep doing that. Discipline yourself to do that. If you give up on it, you're just still wanting it. And that's okay. You're allowed to still want it. You're allowed to still have that experience. But if you don't want it, then discipline yourself. Really have that courage. Like, put that in your vision of yourself, of your reality. Just put it in there that you have become disciplined in this and you've mastered this blossoming of bliss. I can see it all now. My life is reflecting that, showing that I'm with brain pathways of light. You know, that I'm feeding it from my beautiful soul. I am creating that. I am creating that vision, and it happens. It does happen. I've created over and over and over from this, over and over. It's just been mind-blowing, really, in a way, to my ego, because it just can't fathom it, and it never will. Like, even just this sitting here with you guys, that's just the most beautiful thing to me that I've created, and I love it. And I love you guys, and I love people that are watching this, and I love all of humanity, no matter what it's doing. And in that love, it's like we're taking action. Like you guys had to take action to get here today, right? Didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the more that
Yep.
you do, and the more that you've taken action to come here, you felt more motivated to do more, right? The only reason you wouldn't feel more motivated is because you go, nah, I want my ego. People say that to me. They actually have literally said to me, thank you, but I don't want to ascend. Oh, okay, that's okay, I understand. Whenever you're ready. If you're not ready, if you don't want to, that's all fine. Literally have had people say that to me. And I thought it was great. I thought it was really awesome that they had the recognition, just the recognition that they didn't want to. What must have that even changed in them? You know, their life was probably better, even though they went back to some old stuff. But that better aspect of it will continue to deteriorate back to old programs if that's what's fed. Not because it's anyone's fault. It's just the person's choice. Blaming is definitely something very believable, right? Oh yeah, so believable. But it's still not real, and we still have to remember that it's not real. And apply once again, well, now I know what that feels like. And just keep doing that. Discipline. And then just trust. Because the trust is the part where you might not know what the outcome is, right? You don't know what the outcome is, but you can imagine it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so beautiful, all of you. You can imagine it. Imagine it. And you know, when you're imagining, you get to that point when you're going, oh, it starts getting limited again, and you're back, you know, just start again. It's okay. Just when you get that part of the imagination where it feels limited, what did that feel like? Now I know what that feels like. Did you imagine what that's doing to your whole soul? Like we're talking about the brain because it's so amazing, those pathways of light. The brain is a magnificent part of what we created for ourselves. To just store the subconscious, you know. Let's make a storage. We'll do it unconsciously, and then we'll go really unconscious, but then we'll start being conscious again. Like the plan is amazing. It really is. And then the rest of this body, it's magnificent. Our bodies, our physicality is more magnificent than anything. There's nothing more magnificent than our bodies, nothing. Oh, wow. Like I've said, the more you zoom in, the more you see, the more you understand, the more you're like, oh yeah, that's true. It's amazing. We're amazing. And our body is our soul, it's our consciousness, it's our creation. So remember that. Okay, so who's ready to really recognize some suppression? Who's ready to feel some awe about some suppression?
Yes.
Yeah.
Me.
I
Yeah.
am.
Mm.
Well done.
Definitely.
Awesome. So that's what you're going to do then. You've already started doing it because you've already said yes, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's really good to be, you know, remember that. Oh, I love it. Shorts. You have the awe and the joy, like the laughter. Yes, the laughter. When you start seeing your ego, wow, do you laugh? When you really see it, you're just like, good joke. Good joke. But when you're in it, it doesn't feel like a joke, right?
No.
If you notice that you feed it, and
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you feed it and you just want to, you just
Yeah.
want to own it.
Yeah.
You just want to. And when you're doing that, you're building those pathways in your brain to keep giving it to you. It becomes in your subconscious, so you're not even knowing that you're giving it to yourself anymore until you start being conscious again. Remember, the subconscious, that instant. Watch the subconscious session. It's amazing. So, you know, just that the subconscious is fast. So you've put all that in there. That didn't just jump in there on its own, right? No one's fault. It's your beautiful soul that you love, that you treasure. You've treasured this experience. Any experience you're having, you've treasured it. And I know that can feel like, how could that be real? Especially things you see in the world, like, how could that be real? You have to go, remember I said, you have to go very, very, very high in your consciousness to understand that. where there is no ego at all. There is only real knowing of truth. And you doing that is going to help make the shift anyway in the one soul. Every bit of every word I'm speaking right now is doing that. But you know what happens when things start to make shift? Stirring up. I also love giving the example of a creek that looks all still and nice, but if you look into it, you can see some old cans in there, some rubbish, some, what else could you throw in there? Old something. I used to say it. I think I used to say cigarette butts.
Yeah.
Just imagining this, but it looks so nice on the surface. But you stir that up, all that muck's going to come up, right? You stir that up, and that's what you're afraid of. You don't want to stir it up.
Yes.
But it's just there. So it's not really, because it's quite easy just to get those things out of that creek and clean it up. But it can seem impossible, and that's what you can see in the world as well. That seems impossible to change, right?
Yeah.
But it's going to change anyway, because that's the plan. So what's happening now is why I said that example is that things are getting stirred up because of the shift. The shift is stirring up that pond or that creek or whatever you want to call it. It's getting stirred up. So that's what happens when you start ascending, is why a lot of people stop ascending, because they don't like what gets stirred up. Right? But you have to like what gets stirred up, actually, with love. You have to embrace what gets stirred up, because that's important. If there's nothing to stir up, then there's nothing to stir up. But that wouldn't be true if you think there's nothing to stir up, because we're all being in our ego, all of us, no matter how much denial you have of that, no matter how much your spiritual correction tells you whatever it's telling you. I love you, remember? Not judging you, but understanding you. Just no matter how much, whatever, any kind of form of defensiveness would clearly say it is there. And there's many ways to do that. That can appear like that's not defense, but it is. And so it's nothing wrong with it anyway. This is what's great to know. There's nothing wrong with you having an ego. It's just enough pain, right?
Yeah.
Look, it's the same thing every time. Yeah. Blossom Your Bliss is recognizing you've had enough of the pain. And what do you want to change? What do you want to transform? Stir up that pond. Stir yourself up. Stir it. Have the courage to do that and be in awe of it. Not, oh, this is disgusting. We can do that too if you want. That's okay. I've felt that. My ego, I'm like, oh God, says my ego, It's like, can't even, It's just too yucky, but you have to even, right? You have to do it. You have to have that courage. It's really simple when you just make it simple as now I know what it feels like. There's no judgment in that, right? It's just a acknowledgement. It's just an acknowledgement. And it's neutral. And your brain loves that. Your whole being, your soul, it loves it. And once you do that, you start changing. Everything gets easier. That's what you've got to remember. That's why I talk about the brain a lot, because it's so awesome to know that neuroplasticity of change, right? You start building new pathways and they change. The old ones just not there anymore. So they're not going to keep presenting from the subconscious, right? They're not going to do that. So build that. Just build that. Blossom your bliss. Water that flower. Water that blossom of you, that beautiful being of love that you are. Blossom that. It's beautiful, isn't it, really? When you feel it, when you understand it like this, you feel that, you start feeling that bliss once again. And this is the way I'm talking to you, is what you have to do. Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself like this. Remind yourself. But witnessing is very, very important in Blossom Your Bliss, because if you don't let yourself see it, how you even know you're feeling it? If you don't look straight at it because you want to avoid it or you want to believe the limitation of your ego, then how are you going to see it? How are you going to even have wisdom to start with, to know what it's like, you know?
Yeah.
You can't. And then we put blocks there, right? And I tell you what, concepts, one of the biggest ones. That's concepts about everything, about not just about men and women, about what your life's supposed to be like, what everything, little aspect of your life is supposed to be like. It's supposed to fit in this box, right? And that limits you. And even if you get them, from believing that concept is really going to find out it isn't. Because if you have an ego that has to choose a concept, right, then you're still in your ego, right? Instead of embracing and loving and just look at everything from that beautiful perspective of awe. Just be in awe of that you've even done it, that you've even had a concept. Wow. You know, be in awe of all the things that you experienced that was the concept, that this was empty. Concepts are always empty and never, ever, ever fulfill you. They might temporarily, right? Yeah, we've all had that. I did temporarily. Wow, ooh, this is great. But what's happening now? It's not that great anymore. I'm not feeling the joy anymore. You know? So you'd have to really talk yourself into believing that concept. You'd have to keep feeding that to have that ego joy. You'd have to keep reinforcing it. And you've all been there. Reinforce it, reinforce it. Well, why do you have to keep reinforcing a concept when... Why does it need reinforcing if it's... You know? What you really want to do is just remember who you are. Just remember the love. And remember how powerful you are. And remember... what even gave you that concept in the first place? Where did that even come from? Sometimes concepts just rebellion. It's just rebelling against the family's rules. You know, doing the opposite of what's supposed to be the concept. That's how generations have done different things. Like, you know, if you look back over all the generations, you can see how the one soul has kept on doing something different. And it's like, oh, I don't want to be that anymore. I'm going to be this now. And then there's all rebelling to what that was like. And then the next one, and then that one's really great. And then the next one is, let's rebel against that one now. It's just, so you get it, right? There's so much rebellion going on. And yourself, how are you doing that? What's your own rebellion, you know? It's just anger. And you know why it's anger and why you want to keep changing it? Because that concept didn't work. Anger is always not getting what you want. Always that. Just remind yourself when you're feeling anger, this is, there's now what anger feels like, but why am I having anger? Because I'm believing I'm not getting what I want, but you are getting what you want. You're getting what you want, but you can change that. You can transform that. Just by knowing that you know what it feels like and the discipline to recognize it and the trust. But also, this extra little things today is awe. Because when you're having awe, you're actually seeing the whole picture, right?
Yeah.
You know, you go in that different space of consciousness, right? And you have awe, right? You go down to the beach and you look at the ocean, you're just like, wow, I love the beach. And I love that. It's a scary place too. It's volatile, right? But I'm still in awe of the magnificence of it. It's just, you know, be real about gaining wisdom of, we know what it feels like if you're not careful, you know. This is just balance, find balance all the time with everything. But yeah, the awe feeling is really, really beautiful. Imagine putting all that awe onto yourself. Imagine. You imagine it? Great. You just feel the pathway. So just imagine it. And keep imagining the awe of really recognizing your ego. That's freedom. That is freedom. That's you not believing it anymore. That's you just going, wow, what a journey. And you know what happens when I do that? I start giggling. Like, I really do. I giggle a lot through the day. I have my crying too, but I have my giggling a lot. I'm just giggly, like this, like what you see here. I start finding things really funny and they're things you're not supposed to find funny a lot of the time, but that's just the ego's way to keep you in the ego, right? Have you ever been in a situation when someone's being really rigid about something and all you want to do is laugh? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And why? Because you're being rigid, right? That laughter and that love and that joy can see what's going on, right? It just comes out of nowhere sometimes, but you just get this window open and you start finding something funny, and you shouldn't be, right? See, that's the rule. It shouldn't be. But next time it happens, understand why. Because you're having a moment of seeing through it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a great feeling. I used to suppress my giggling a lot, but I just decided, I'm not going to do that anymore. I want to let my laugh come out. I want to let my joy. Of course, I respect the balance of situations, where it wouldn't be appropriate in certain situations, but I'm still aware that I stay aware of having it. But I do. When I see myself, I really start giggling. Have you done that? Have you seen your ego and started giggling?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you, Clary?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Sure have.
That laughing at yourself?
For me?
No, Stella.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's all right, didn't you? And Shawnee, yeah, go for
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Huh?
Yeah.
Misha?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, so I knew you all say yes, because I've seen you at the moment too, but I just wanted you to say it and really, really affirm it too. Like it's a joyful laugh. It's not a sarcastic laugh. That's different. That's ego laughing, right? Mocking laughter. It's not that. And Coco's here. Hello, Dave. It's real laughter from the beautiful, joyful being that you are, that knows this is all a joyful experience. And, the light interim session, anyone watching this, watch that, because it's all about where we go after this life. And it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful reality. It's just another dimension. And what do we really, there's this ultimate fear that we have of death, which is understandable because it feels like the end to the ego. But when we free ourselves and understand there is no end, but we don't want to turn that into being out of balance and uncaring. We want to turn it into being more caring and more respectful and more valuing this beautiful existence. And we can come and do this as many times as we want to anyway. We're definitely not limited to that. It's just good to see. It's beautiful and it's fulfilling to see the whole picture, not the ego's version of limitation where it makes us frightened and it makes us panic, it makes us defensive and rebellious, etc., all of the ego things. But at the same time, we want to know where balance is. I've said this before many times. Sometimes caution is very, very real, and it is. And that's a good thing. You know already that you don't want to do that thing that isn't safe, right?
Yeah.
And that's a
Yeah.
good thing to know. That's a very good thing to know. Because if you avoid that, then you're just being rebellious. So there's more ego in that than, there's no ego in just understanding that balance of safe, But embrace. It feels like there's a lot to embrace, doesn't it? But it's really so very simple. Very, very simple. It's so simple. But it's good to know all these things and to remember all these things as much as you can. Like being ascension and blossoming your bliss is about being conscious, not unconscious, not forgetting who you are. So that's where we go when we're unconscious. We forget who we are. So we start believing all the ego, all of the limitation, all of the self-pity. Oh, that's huge. Self-pity, right?
Yep.
Yeah, well, self-pity is just blaming everything else for your reality, basically, right? Because we don't have to feel sorry for ourselves. I think it's a really beautiful experience to transition out of the self-pity, actually, to really remind yourself that you know what that feels like, and to really know how really amazingly beautiful you actually are, even to have self-pity, even to experience, there's that awe again, even to have self-pity. It's beautiful to just even know that it's actually a beautiful thing. And of course, as soon as you're feeling that's a beautiful thing, you're not feeling sorry for yourself anymore, are you?
No.
No.
Big shit. So what we want to do is just keep using that discipline from that higher level to apply this conscious awareness of ourselves, to apply this ascension consciousness and live it. It is a discipline, but it's freedom. It's complete freedom, because nothing makes us feel trapped like ego. Even if we think we're free, you know, you can be rich and you can be wealthy and and all that, and have all your concepts and everything, but still feel trapped because it's ego. But our love and our ascension, that's our freedom. It's our real freedom. And that's in every moment. That's in every moment. Every moment. Every now, because it is now. It's just, it really is blissful. It's really beautiful, isn't it? Would anyone like to
Yes.
share anything about this so far? What you're feeling about all of this? Anyone?
Yes, I would.
Yes, go, Clary.
I really love um the
Clary, I'll just pause you for a sec because we're getting delay
Yeah.
on your voice.
Is that better
I've just gone on mute, so
Okay, that should fix it then.
Yeah,
Yep, go for it, Clary. Yep.
thank you. I love the recognition of awe being good for my brain.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm just
Yeah.
like, because I love that feeling so much, but having the perspective of the awe for my ego is like, wow, how nourishing and healing, and just the total like whole perspective of what the truth of like what's really going on. I love that so much. But I loved hearing that it's so healthy for us to feel that awe, because I feel a lot of awe, particularly when I'm in these sessions and if I'm reflecting.
Yeah, but you do have a lot of awe. You've shared with me so many times when you just go out and you look at the sky and you just feel that awe. But when we're changing this, all of that awe is really beautiful too to have and continue to have, but the awe of ourself, experience. And that's really awesome that you're recognizing that, Clary. Thank you. Keep going.
No, thank you. Yeah, that's so beautiful. And I love how you talked about imagination, because I do see myself use my imagination to keep my ego pathways in place. Like I'll imagine the fears, I'll imagine the worries, I'll imagine like these things, and it's not like really clear visions or anything, but it's like just a like a murky reality, like a murky, dull reality. And whereas now
I get it.
now I can like use my imagination to just really like really imagine the expansive love, and the recognition and knowing of who I am and who we all are. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you.
awesome. I love
I
that.
love it so
And I
much.
love that you're saying that too, because I've shared with you guys about seeing yourself as sparkling light, just like really, really see that, because that is what we are. And see everyone like that. Like just look at yourself and just see, like, however you want to see those sparkles, like you could imagine stars, millions of stars sparkling. It's actually real. Like we really are sparkling with light. It's not a joke. It's not a fantasy. It's actually very, very real, So do that and imagine everyone else like that too.
Yeah, I love that so much. Thank
I
you.
do too. I love it so much. So
Yeah.
what else do you want to share about that, Clary?
Well, when I'm in these sessions,
Start again because
Maggie,
Oh, yeah.
thank
thanks.
you.
That's all good. Okay. So what else do you
When
want
I'm,
to say about, or Clary?
I just feel so much awe for you, Jode. Like when I sit in
Oh,
these
thank
sessions,
you.
and so
That
that's
made
what
me feel awe. Thank you.
when I sit in these sessions and I listen to you and I really like think about your beautiful soul that's giving to us just so much and how you guide us, like the phrasing and the knowledge and the levels and the layers and the everything. And I'll always stay in that awe state, like about you. Like it's just,
Wow,
I'm
that's
just
beautiful.
so in awe. And so that's why it made me so happy to hear that that was so healthy for my brain to be in.
Exactly. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, so, so beautiful. Your brilliant comprehension of just everything and your beautiful love that you give to us so much in all of these amazing ways. I'm so grateful. Um, so thank you, Jody. I just love you so much.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Clary. That really touches me right to the core. It's just beautiful. I just love that what I'm sharing with you is touching you, because that's what it's there for. But the feeling that you're having of awe of it is even more amazing. So thank
Yeah.
you so much for sharing that. It's really beautiful. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous.
You're gorgeous. Thank you. Oh,
Thank you.
so beautiful. And
Mhm.
it's really it's really beautiful to consider suppression like this as well, like to think about having awe for the suppression that I've felt and feel, like, you know, to
Yeah.
let it be. And I love the analogy around the creek and the stirring up and everything. It's like to let it be all stirred up and then to see it with awe, like to see it with that amount of love that this is what I wanted to experience and I know what it feels like. And oh, just wow. I just feel like just such freedom, like path, like a really beautiful future that is just so free coming from applying all of this. I'm
Yes.
so grateful.
Thank
Yeah.
you. That's absolutely true. Freedom is it. It is. It's just
Yeah.
that real focus that you're having is the freedom, and just really the real knowing of what it feels like. Once we acknowledge that, we really are building amazing pathways. We're really building that. And I was going to say, just to let yourself feel the emotion too. The tears, like tears have actually been like observed by scientists as well, and they see different tears have different chemicals in them. So it's really interesting that actually, like when we're crying and we're releasing some old ego, we're actually releasing toxin through the tears. So it's really
Right.
amazing. But when we're crying those tears of love and joy, we're releasing all the beautiful higher chemicals of love. And, it's very, very healing for us. So both ways, allowing ourselves to cry and feel is very important. So I know that so many times we've heard people say, don't cry. I say, do cry. Do cry,
Yeah.
because crying is so important for it's natural. It's totally natural for us to cry. And those tears that, I used to call them magic tears. I used to call them make-a-wish tears. I used to call them all sorts of things like that and I still can call them that, of course, but I just really know that crying, don't feel wrong for crying, basically. Cry as much as you need to. It's beautiful and necessary, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. That's why I often say in these sessions, let yourself cry, because you often have tears during these sessions, and that's beautiful. And I'm in awe of that. It's just beautiful, and I want you to be in awe of your emotion and the tears and the feelings that you have, and even the ego emotions. Like, let yourself be in awe of those as well, and just really know that, like, when you're really crying in your ego, you're releasing a lot of toxin anyway. And but it's also it can be activating in the body. So we want to be really aware that you're also just observing them, not believing them. I've done that heaps of times, and I think it's really, really good when you recognize your ego pathways and you just start crying because they're coming out. To let yourself cry. Don't ever suppress them because you know they're ego, but stay in the observation mode. Stay in the say, I'm giving myself the permission to cry this ego out. I'm letting myself do this. And that's really important. And that will really also really help to bring the higher consciousness pathways, because you'll be building those pathways to say it's okay to feel. And when you make it okay to feel, you're being your whole being. You're not suppressing anymore. That's why I call it integration, because you're having the whole experience instead of always shutting down and feeling wrong just for feeling, right? Just for feeling. It's one of the most brilliant ideas to suppress ourselves with, feeling wrong for feeling. I think it's good to know you're not wrong for feeling anything, including ego. I never, ever want you to think what I'm sharing about ego is saying that you're wrong. It's just understanding what it is and just embracing it. And even laughing at it is good too. You know, have you ever had laugh so hard that you've got tears?
Yeah.
No, I have. It's so good to do that, isn't it? It's so good to laugh as hard as you want, being as loud as you want, and go for it. Because, like, I've had those moments where I've seen my ego and I'm like in hysterical laughter and I can't stop it because I keep seeing it. You know, if you have those moments, I'm sure you have. I think I've
Yeah.
seen you have it too, actually, many times. But it's just like, yeah, laugh it out, cry it out, just observe it and feel. That's how we release the suppression as well. And we're freeing up all of our physicalities on the flow, you know, the blood's flowing, the nectar's flowing, like everything's flowing with all that nourishment of consciousness. And that's what makes us really healthy, to do that. That's just so important. And of course, the nourishment comes from the really healthy foods too, especially organic food. That's what we want to aim for, in vegan food, because that's the healthiest. But if you're going to do vegan, make sure you keep your iron really high, okay? I'm just going to add that in. Iron and vitamin C, keep that high, because there's no excuse to not do that when you're vegan. A lot of people say, I couldn't be vegan because of iron. But you just learn how to do it, look into it and learn how to do it. And it's just so good to do that. But that's going to keep you really healthy. Basically, if you want to eat dead animals, then you've got a lot of shutting down in yourself, right? And I don't want anyone to feel bad or wrong about this. I just want you to feel aware of it, because I once ate meat myself, but I always felt really uncomfortable with it in that way. It was really difficult. And quite often I would pick all around until I just eventually just went vegan 2000. And I love it. But that's part of our health as well, is what we eat. But it doesn't even matter. And why I'm even saying this, because it doesn't matter what you eat. If you're not doing this consciousness and what I'm talking about, you'll still be toxic. And it's confusing to people when they say, well, I've got a really healthy diet. Why am I like that? It's because of the consciousness, and mostly suppression, because that ego creates that suppression. And, you know, we have these beautiful streams of light that go through the body. You know, the Chinese people study this. They're called meridians or nadis, you know, these light flow of light. It's actually been measured. It's incredible. How these people have done. They studied it for so long to accurately see it, and it's just like, how incredible is that it's actually been discovered even. But you know, they say that meridians is the light, but it's our whole being. Every part of our body, every part of our physicality is light. If you ever see something saying it's nearly all light, you know, 99.9% is not accurate. It's 100%. All right. I don't know why they do that little extra bit, because everything is made of light. And I think maybe they're covering themselves or something. I don't know, but I find it quite funny. I don't always say, no, it's 100%, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. But just I like having fun, but just really knowing that we are that light. But it's beautiful to know that there's those beautiful streams of light, just so real, and the liquid crystal and the nectar. It's just, we're amazing. We're absolutely amazing. And just being aware of those things, and remember to say nectar flow. Watch the nectar session, it's so good. and just really let the nectar flow all the time in this situation where you're overcoming something. And if you are recognizing suppression, and try and feel where it is in your body, because your body will tell you. Pain can just be suppression, and sometimes that even can take a long time to really acknowledge what it is, because it's so deep and unconscious in the subconscious.
Yeah.
As I always say, it's really okay to go and see a doctor and get yourself checked, and encourage it. If you're really worried, I really do, because you may need that. The suppression might have got to that point. So don't use this higher conscious to avoid this when we have those people there to help us, right? But you can really overcome things just by understanding this as well. And I suppose what we want to do is prevent. We want to prevent with this understanding, prevent anything like that. And you can actually transform anything. We really can, anything. But what level are you at to do that? And that's what you've got to be real about. We're still awakening ourselves. You still have suppression. And the more that you do this, the more you're going to notice how you'll be able to overcome things with your consciousness, heal things. And when you are wanting to heal something, just ask that nectar to flow, get that sparkling light consciousness. Like, have you ever felt like when you look at your body, it just seems like there's no light there, it's just dark when you think about inside your body? Yeah, but it isn't. I know. I have had that too when I was a lot younger, and I just felt like I was light, but I just couldn't see it, And now you can just see it with your consciousness, and just trust that it's really there. Just really know that, and it's beautiful to know that. So, was there anything else you want to share about that, Clary?
I just feel so grateful. I feel like I'm connecting with like the fullness of being like love, like cellular, like multidimensional, like awe, just
Absolutely. Yes.
suppression of like understanding with so much love every aspect of my journey, and how that physically, like understanding like how my body's feeling, and what you've just said around seeing with my consciousness the light. It's like, wow, I'm really like just so grateful. I'm so grateful, Jody.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Me too.
It's so beautiful
For
what
you,
your help.
beautiful you, Clary, and all of you. Just
Thank
hearing you talk with that beautiful divine voice of love, just purity, just pouring out of you, and all of you do this, and that love, and it's just so gorgeous, and I am in awe of that too. So I understand you're sharing that awe about me too, and thank you. It's so touching and so beautiful, and just wow. But I've known you since you were in your 20s.
Yeah.
And wow, and awe of that too.
Yeah.
How beautiful, how much you've blossomed, and like just how dedicated you've been to your ascension. I am in awe of that, because I know the courage that you've had, but I also know that determination that you've had, and I've also known that you don't want anything else, even though the ego has been screaming at times, right? We all go through that.
Yeah, very loudly.
Scream. Of course it does, because it's trying to pull you away from your sense. That's what it's supposed to do. But as we keep building those pathways of love, that voice, that screaming ego voice, will quiet until it's non-existent, right? Because it doesn't have. It's only existing because we've chosen it. and we still have pathways in our brain. So that we can keep on changing those, all right? We can keep remembering the love that we are, the light that we are. And that's what you're doing. And that's what's so beautiful to see in you, Clary. And thank you for really showing that transformation. Thank you for showing me that. No, it's just, I know you'll all agree with this. It's just like, and I could say it about every one of you because it's the same. But just thank you, Clary. Thank you so much. It's just beautiful. Really honour that in yourself too. Yes. Cry. You feel.
Thank you so much, Jody. It's just so touching. I just love you so much.
I love you too. Absolutely.
So glad I found you. I was 22 years old. I'm so
wow.
like,
That's so awesome. I love it. Yeah.
yeah.
And
And
what's
you've,
your linear age, the illusion of the linear age for you now?
I'm 50. I'm 50.
Nah. You can see that's an illusion, right? It is.
Yeah.
In the linear illusion of time. Wow. So how obvious is it that what our choices do for our conscious, for our body, for our soul? It's just, of course it does, it shows. And that's that WDT that you've done, Clary. We might not have called it that. We might not have had that abbreviation, which is really fun, but
Yeah.
that's what you've always done. You've kept coming back to that because why have you always come back to your ascension? I'd love you to share that.
I feel like it was like I could clearly see if I didn't, that the pain I would be in, the death that I would experience, and then I would need to come back and find you again.
So beautiful. Thank you. That's your motivation. Oh, wow. Thank you. That is so beautiful. Aww.
I felt like I no longer want to believe that this is all I am, that the thing that I hate, that this person that, because I really truly hated myself when I found you.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to believe that this was all I am, and you were showing me right from the beginning and telling me right from the beginning that I'm love, that I'm light. Remember, just remember. And you've done it in like an infinite number of ways, expressing this and giving this just over and over. I just had no option because I didn't want to go back to the pain of hating myself, of feeling like I was nothing, that I was completely unworthy of like existing, just really shrunken in myself. I couldn't live like that anymore. I didn't want that pain anymore. And regardless of whatever I had to do to be free and really love and experience myself truthfully, like that's my choice.
That's really, really touching and beautiful. And the absolute truth of how you got to where you are. That observation, that knowing, that witness that you had. And that's like when we see people still not witnessing a lot because they're still fully in their ego, we make it okay because it is just their journey. But just know why they're having it, and they are still making that choice to experience it, and don't make it wrong, even though we want it to change. And like I said, we do that by doing the soul talking. That's the ultimate and most beautiful and best way we can do that. We're not judging them. We're not correcting them. We're just telling from our soul that we would love them to remember who they are. We would love you to remember that you are love. And just keep it as simple as that. But if you do want to say anything else, I often talk to the one soul and tell it what I want. And I think that's a beautiful thing to do. It's not judgmental. It's not saying anything's wrong. It's just saying, but this is what I want. So you can do that. Well, thank you so much, Claire. We love you so much and
Mm.
love all that you share. It's very, very beautiful and touching to me and all of us. So thank
you.
you.
I love you so
Hello.
much. Thank you.
Love you too. Love you so much. I am in awe of you. I really am. I love that. I
Same.
know we have
Same.
those, yeah, we have those moments. It's just, how do you even express that awe? But just feel it. Just feel it, because it's good for us. Who else would like to share anything about what you're feeling about what I've talked about? Yes, Amy.
Yeah, uh, the last period between the last session and this session, I was feeling very much out of balance, and I was creating a lot of harmony, and then I asked myself, but okay, what is, because I cried a lot
That's
also
good.
because I was not feeling that I was
Mhm.
feeling miserable,
Mm.
and I was asking myself, but what is it that I want to feel?
Yeah,
And it always came back to, I'm not good enough.
wow.
And then I realized, oh my God, I've been suppressing this my
Yeah.
whole life. So it's
Wow.
much longer than the 3 seconds.
What was that? What did you say just then?
I've been feeling this much longer than these 3 seconds that you
Very good. Very good to observe. Yeah, longer. Wow, that's great.
yeah, I was buying the TTT, but
Mm.
I felt it was not really. I could also see myself wanting to suppress it again, and then I started dancing and singing a lot.
Oh, wow, that's so good. Wow, I
Yeah,
love that. Yeah.
and then I always thought, yeah, this I can feel bliss too.
Oh, wow.
And
Well,
now that you told
I'm
us,
in awe of that. Keep going.
like being in awe is such, yeah, like the same like Clary shared.
Mm.
Like, I really love that. Like that I can feel awe for my suppression and for everything that I am feeling. It
Wow,
makes it so much more beautiful, and I love the feeling of
beautiful.
awe,
Yeah.
and especially in these sessions, and
Mm.
such a beautiful feeling. It is a very beautiful session. It's exactly what I needed.
Oh, how beautiful. Oh, love you so much, Emmy. Thank you for sharing that. Look at you. Oh, wow. Yes. And you know what you were just sharing about a lot coming up, that's a very natural part of our ascension, because you're releasing it. You're releasing it. And that can feel like you're failing in your ascension, but just always know you're not failing at all. You're just overcoming a lot. You're understanding a lot through this. And what you did is perfection for your ascension. You applied that knowing and you were dancing. Oh wow, that's so good. And just feeling the bliss from all of that. Well done. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you for allowing that. And I in that proud feeling is that awe, that beautiful feeling of like, wow. Wow. Just amazing, Emmy. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you wanted to say about that?
I love you so much, Jody.
Oh, thank you. Love you.
And I love the love that I feel for you and for everyone.
Yeah, it is. It's very beautiful. And it's beautiful that we do this, we all be here together and we just allow this love, and it's just helping us to blossom our bliss, just being together in this love, and it's beautiful. So thank you for saying that. And thank you all for this beautiful dedication to your ascension. It's just, you're the proof in the vegan pudding. So, oh, thank you. I really, truly love you and love what you just shared so much. And always soul talking to all of you guys. It's just here. It's here all the time. So thank you so much, Amy. I love that. Oh, love you. Thank
Love
you.
you.
Oh, wow. Just wow. Who else would like to share and give me some more awe, please?
Yeah, I will.
I'm ready. Go.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to. I feel exactly like Claire. I feel so in awe of you, Jode. You're just amazing. and I
Yeah.
feel it all the time. It's just you're just so beautiful. Everything that you give to us, it's just amazing what you've been giving tonight. And I've love how passionate you've been and how passionate you have given to us. Like the passion, it makes me so inspired that your passion and just lifts me all the time.
Wow.
And yeah, I know it's been so beautiful tonight, but it's always beautiful anyway.
It
But a
is.
lot of yeah, but tonight when you said about looking after the flower, I think that touched me a lot in me not looking after me and not blossoming me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Flower.
but
You are the
beautiful.
flower.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Yeah.
that's so that is so beautiful to be in awe of ourselves as well as in awe of everything else, you know? So
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
I
So
love.
I have loved that. And even like the murky the water looking beautiful on top and the murkiness underneath, just thinking
Mhm.
about that.
Mhm.
It's just really, really beautiful. And then when you were talking, I was starting to think about how much the ego there is there, you know. And you did say there is a lot, but it's simple and easy. So, you know, I'm remembering that as well. But
That's really great, Margie.
mm,
Really great because that that is the discipline part. It's to actually,
mm,
it is simple.
mm,
Taking
mm,
to do it. And I've shared this before, the more action you take, the more motivation you get.
yeah,
Like it's take the action and then you experience the result of that action for your ascension, and it inspires you to even do more. And it also, you retain that in your memory,
mm,
right? And so, the memory is there and your brain will keep reminding you. It'll just bring that memory back and back and back until it's just, you don't even need reminding, you're just living in your beautiful, amazing state of ascension. Oh,
yeah.
so much
That's
money.
beautiful. Love
Amazing.
you.
You're so,
Yeah.
oh,
Um,
I'm so in awe of you, all of you, of course, but
mm,
wow, so in awe,
mm.
Marg. Well
That's
done.
amazing. And
Yeah,
I've been thinking about what am I unconscious of and what I need to integrate to be with my twin flame. And I feel like looking at that surface of looking at the unconsciousness and the suppression that you've given us a whole new look at suppression, I feel for me tonight
that's good.
of what just seeing that in a different way, the suppression. It's
Yeah,
been really beautiful to see that and what you've shared. Because I think about it as just my ego and and I think it's just the surface part. It's hate, it's this, it's that, you know, and just to really dig deeper and find out what I am suppressing.
that's
So,
good. That,
mm,
you're right. It's so important.
this,
That's why I brought the topic up of suppression, because we can just be like kind of battling against it, trying to really overcome it with all of our amazing consciousness, but it just keeps hanging around. And you've all had that experience, like this is just,
mm,
it's not working thing. It is
mm.
working, that you've got to go into those layers of, like, I love what Amy said, it definitely lasted longer than 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And it's true. It's pretty blatant when you look at it like that.
Mm,
And it's good. It's really good. It's really good. And remember, you've done nothing wrong. It's
mm.
your experience. And so that's awesome, Maggie. What do you feel? What sort of suppression are you connecting with right now?
I Something I thought about while you were talking, I have to really think about it, but I might be sitting at work and I'm going along okay and feeling good in myself, and suddenly I feel this stinging anger and hate of
Yeah.
myself, and I go, oh my gosh, that's just come. I'm just starting to feel that right now, and I've got no reason to feel that, and
Wow, that's
and I
amazing.
know there is a reason.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
the fact that you're able to witness that is huge. That's
yeah.
really, mm,
I'm thinking my day's been great. It's been going really good. I felt like it was. And then suddenly that just
yeah,
encompasses my whole being
yeah.
of
I understand.
and I feel like I want to really
Very good.
witness in that moment.
Yes, that's a very good point. that's a definite sign of suppression when it just comes from nowhere. It seems like nowhere, but
Mm.
you knew that was coming from somewhere, and that's perfection of being able to see what it is. But give yourself time, because sometimes you won't see the reason straight away. Like sometimes you might just, sometimes, you might see one layer, but then you'll see another layer, and just so important. And if we get impatient, there we are back in suppressing ourselves. So being really patient is very, 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 very important. It's also, when we talked about the emotion session, it's to do with the heart organ attribute. But of course, it's our whole being, as I shared, though. But being patient is very, very important for our ascension. Sometimes it takes more than other times to be patient. And if you're feeling the impatience, then that would be related to the suppression. When you see something suppressed and you're feeling impatient about it, wish it would hurry and finish. I know just that's the time to really realize you need patience. And it really means it's something really old. And anger's coming up. So you look at the emotion, well, what am I really angry about? You know what you can do? It's a really great thing to do is go, what's the most recent anger feeling? What was I angry about recently? Then go back, what's the one before that? And then the one before that. And then just suddenly just go, well, what's the earliest memory I've got of this anger? A very good way to understand it. And just let yourself see it and go, oh, that is. And then apply all this understanding of the ego and just see how you chose that in that moment, and be grateful. Thank you for giving me an experience. It usually involves someone else, right? But you're sharing, a lot of self unworthiness, and that comes up too. We just start hating ourselves. And there really isn't any real reason to hate ourselves, because we are love, but we create a real reason. And that's where you can really change it, when you keep going back and back and connect with what that thing is.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you will see it's a choice. Until you really see that choice and finish with the blame, it'll stay there suppressed. So being courageous enough to say, I chose that. And I'm saying courage because it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like it. But it has to feel like you didn't choose it, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't experience it. So that's why it feels like we didn't choose it, because we had to basically pretend we're not choosing it. So unveiling that is a big part of it. What else would you like to share, beautiful Margie? I love you so much.
I love you too.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just thought when you were talking, when I have that feeling at work and I'm feeling happy and joyful, it could have something to do with someone I'm talking on the phone, but I also felt like the people in the room, I suddenly start to feel I want them to hate me or something, or I want a situation to change and not feel good. My ego wants to grab at that and not make me and then because I'm feeling really loved and okay, and then I feel like my ego wants to go, you can't have that, love, you can't. And why isn't everybody seeing how bad you are, and all that stuff. So, and I think that comes back to the flower.
Amazing, though, Margie. Every time that you're doing that witnessing and you're aware you're doing that, you're renewing your brain. You're actually enlivening your brain. You're creating more and more youthfulness, right? Because it's so healing, which means it's rejuvenating. So every time that you're having that amazing higher intelligence of witnessing that you're activating your agelessness, because we all, beliefs that aging beliefs. It's really interesting, when the embryo is first formed, it is the age of the parents, right? This is what scientists know so far. But it's shortly goes back to agelessness. It takes
Right.
itself back to agelessness. That's where we go.
Mm.
Start with agelessness. No, first of all, we start with the parent's age, and then we go into agelessness. We activate it. So we have that ability. We've already done it. We already did it when we were
Wow.
conceived, right at the very early stages.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we can do it again. But what you
Mm.
way that you're witnessing and you're not being unconscious. See, unconsciousness is not keeping your brain healthy, right? Unconsciousness is suppression, and it's just it's limitation. So you're basically saying age, aging, believing that instead of what you're doing is rejuvenating you all the time, and you're all doing this. And that's why everyone looks so young. What's your linear age, beautiful Margie?
74.
No one ever believes you when you tell them that, right?
No. No.
Well, yeah, exactly. And that's the proof again, the vegan pudding. I might make a vegan pudding tonight. Oh, I'm just being playful. But yeah. So that's really great what you're doing. You're rejuvenating yourself by doing that. And every time we witness it's only when we go unconscious that we're aging, because we're not allowing the full capacity of our consciousness. And therefore we're saying we don't want it. We're just saying we don't want it. And every time we're saying we don't want it, unconsciously, then your brain, your body's obeying you. It always obeys you. It's neutral. Oh, you're not allowed to feel that. It says, whatever you feel, I love. That's what it's always saying. And that's what I will do. Okay, you want that? I'll give that to you. It just does it. It's just you doing it. So beautiful to know that. And I just feel so, so proud of you too, Margie. In that environment. That's what's great. You're taking your ascension, you're taking WDT into your work, into your environment. And it's in your world too, doesn't it, Margie?
What was that?
It affects people in your environment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What changes do you see?
I've seen, I did talk to you when I first started there about a lady that asked me to do something that wasn't in line with what I agreed with. And she felt like I rejected her. And she has been so, so beautiful since. Like she's been really loving and kind and everything. But I do feel a lot of love from all of them at work. Yeah.
Cool. And people that you're connecting with on the phone, they're
oh yeah.
Share a bit of that if you like.
Yeah, so touching. It makes me want to cry to think about how many people a day I talk to. And nearly every one of them are just so beautiful, and they're just so grateful to talk to me as well. I can feel it. And then just recently, and I've shared this with you, that I spoke to a lady in February on the phone, and in the mail to the workplace the other day, she sent me a beautiful letter and a beautiful card, and just told me all beautiful things about me. And it's just amazing that she actually took the time to sit down and write to me after she'd talked to me like 2 months ago.
Wow.
But I knew how much she loved me on the phone.
No.
And, I could tell, and I remember the conversation with her. So it was so good that I'd remembered who it was, because other people could write that and I wouldn't remember the conversation. So it was really touching. Yeah, I just felt so touched by her love. Yeah.
So beautiful. And that's that awe moment, isn't it? That's the awe of love, and that's beautiful. And she was in awe of you. Imagine
she was.
Imagine how much love you just gave her, that affected her whole being, and she'll remember that. She's built her pathways. It's beautiful what we give to other people. So it helps them to build those pathways if they're open.
Yeah.
If that's what they want. But she obviously was. That's really, really touching, and there's that very strong feeling of awe there. And we feel that because of the love. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for sharing that,
I
Mark.
love it.
I know
Mm,
I'm really happy that you feel comfortable to share it now, because it's just beautiful how you're touching people. And I know that's just one
mm.
thing, but
Yeah.
our love does touch people. And even in our situations when in work situations or any situation, wherever you are, and other people's egos can trigger your own, right?
Yeah.
It's because there's suppression there. If we were completely finished without suppression, we wouldn't be triggered like that, because we'd be
Yeah.
finished.
Yeah.
So when something is being triggered by other people, we have to then stay particularly conscious.
Mm, mm,
And that's what you're doing. You're doing
mm.
so well done. Well
Yeah.
done.
It's just such a joy. It's just such a joy to give to people because they're all got their thing going on in the world, and it's so beautiful just to talk and give to them. I love it. Yeah. And
Oh,
and it's
tell me
all
more about that, Marg. That is, I
oh
agree. I totally agree. It's so beautiful to give to people.
mm.
Thank you.
And Jode, it's from your guidance that I can do that. Like your effect on me has been able to help to give to them as well, like a stranger. Yeah. But
Oh, I'm honored.
I feel like I know them when I talk to them too, you know.
And you do.
Mm,
Part of you,
mm.
part of each other. And that's what's beautiful to know that. But I truly am honored. Thank you, Margie, for saying that.
Thank you.
No, my guidance can be absolutely nothing if you don't apply it. It's you
Yeah.
applying it. It's you making that choice. So well.
Oh, I love you.
Oh, gosh, we
I
love
love you.
so much.
Yeah. Thank you. I
you.
love you. Thank you for your guidance. Everything. Love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you too. Oh, who else would like to share? Anyone like to share something?
Yeah, I would like to share.
Oh, yay!
Mm.
Yeah.
This is one of the very, very few moments where I'm speechless. I'm in so awe of
That's
this
so
session.
cute. Yes. Yes.
It's like everyone so far has said, and I know each one of us is feeling that we all are, and I know I can honestly say it on behalf of all of us, because I know every one of us, that we are completely, totally, absolutely in awe of you, Jody.
Oh, thank you so
Like
much.
what you give to us, what you have, like I, your guidance has always helped me feel in awe of my ego, of me completely. It has always done that. Like with your loving embrace of any ego aspect that I have been experiencing or expressing, you embrace all of us so lovingly. I have seen you do it with everyone else. I've seen and I've experienced it with myself. And even when my ego cannot take it, like you know how you said about there are times about the courage to see ourselves and
Yeah.
the honesty. There are times that I'm very strong. Yes, I want to see it, but at the same time, I'm very strong that I want to cling to ego as well. So like,
Yeah.
in a way, I'm very
Yeah.
strong in both ways.
That's really good that you're seeing that. Yeah.
And it is just the gentility, the softness, the joy, the complete acceptance, non-judgment, unconditional love that comes out of you, that you give to us. It's like it melts that. It melts the stickiness and that clinginess of ego, and then I can rise and I can see my ego with love. And you
Thank
like everything that you have like given to us over so many years, to each one of us, and you have been doing this sessions for so many years, and I could also see the oneness. You know how we have said in the sessions you have shared that once we say it is like heard
Yes. Yes.
everywhere. You know,
Definitely.
I was you were helping people in Australia. I was way back in India. Like, you know, I did
Yeah.
not know about you. I had no idea. I
Oh.
knew love is strength. I knew
Wow.
you existed. I knew I would find you. And how my journey, like I had never ever thought of Australia as a place to even visit. And
Mm.
now it is my home. And I genuinely feel at home. I'm in awe of the gift of love that you have given to me with all your love. So thank you.
Oh, wow. That is so beautiful. Wow. Thank you. I'm in awe of every little single word that you just shared. Like, just wow. Like that the way that you like I said, without that, applying that guidance, it's nothing, right? But the fact that you realized that I connected with you in a one soul, that I'm speechless at that. It's hard to put into words how incredibly beautiful and touching that is. And because just even saying it today is also adding to it touching other people. So, because that's, wow. Thank you. I love you so much. Thank you.
Like,
That's so
thank you.
beautiful. Wow.
I had this in my soul. I wanted to find the truth, and I genuinely applied to anything and everything that said it would give me ascension, it would give me
Yeah, yeah.
truth. I really applied it. So
Yeah,
I
it-
know what
Mm,
ego spirituality feels like.
mm,
I'm
yeah,
satisfied with it. It's like I'm content with it. I have done it so much. Like
yeah.
there is nothing in that I feel, oh, maybe I should have tried that. No, because I know I've really genuinely tried that
Yeah.
and
you
applied that.
did. I mean, you're not exaggerating. You tried everything.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
I love that you did, because the wisdom that you share from that is so beautiful. Just to really know and recognize the simplicity of what it comes back to. That's my guidance, is simple. Like when I talk about things, I give you facets of the same simple thing, because it's very, very simple to understand the love that we are. But I love everything you're saying, Nisha. Thank you. I'm having that awe moment again.
no.
Yay. Imagine what this is doing for all of us. Wow. Thank you.
I very quickly want to add to that it is with that wisdom of doing all of those things
Yeah.
that I know you are the one who is helping us genuinely see love.
I'm honored. I'm honored. It's something that I know I have to do from a real deep soul level. But the biggest and greatest part of doing it is seeing you guys experience the shift in yourself, because that is my motivation. I just absolutely love that. Love that. Is to see you guys having the real, you're applying it, the real knowing, the real recognition of it in you. That's what's the most important from this guidance. Otherwise, it's great for me. But I know that we're one, and I want this to be shared, and it's my greatest, deepest passion. It really is, to ascend and to help others, to guide others to ascend. So imagine the gift that you're giving me right now. You all give me this gift. It's just wow. Thank you. And it's beautiful. It truly is. It truly is. And I know you can all see this in each other, the beautifulness and the youthfulness that you all experience from just applying something like this. Not something, this, that is so simple, but all it takes is focus and memory, just remembering. And thank you so much, Nisha. I really actually feel so much awe of you, because you are super amazing. And I feel, and you all are, but I just feel so honored by it, that you are sharing this with me, and people that are watching this. Hello. Love you. And you guys watching this later, hello, love you. So I just really, really love this so much. I really love this so much that people can listen to you talking about it too. It's really important. It really is. So thank you, beautiful. I love
You. I love you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, gorgeous. Love you so much. Oh. Love you. Thank you. All right. Who's
Love you
left?
too.
Yeah, we've got Sean and beautiful Stella and beautiful Sean and beautiful Stella and beautiful. Which one of you darlings would like to share next?
I'll go next.
Okay, that's great.
Wow, this has just been so beautiful. I've truly loved everything that everyone's shared so far, Jody, and I agree 3,000% of what everyone said about,
Yeah.
you know, our love for you and our awe for you. And I just like it's your love and your guidance, you know, that allows us when we apply it to blossom our bliss. And I have never felt anything like it before, and I'm constantly in awe of your love and how it activates me, penetrates me so potently,
Wow.
gets into all of my cells, and
Wow.
you know, it's your love that does that.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it. I've never experienced anything like it. It's so amazing. And awe is the only word. I'm just in awe of you all the time.
Yay.
And then finding you and
Thanks very
applying
much.
your guidance.
For the awe fun. It's good for you and all of us. Thank you. Keep going.
Yeah. And then like the awe we feel for you, and then,
Yeah.
you know, applying your guidance.
Yeah.
And then we get to experience our own awe in understanding ourselves through what you're guiding us with, you know. And I had an experience just the other day. I was like trying to contemplate, like blossom our bliss, blossom our bliss. I'm thinking, what does that mean? You know, like, because we've come from Twin Flame, I think 2 or 3 sessions of Twin Flames, and we've come to this. I'm thinking blossom our bliss, and then I was going through so much emotion, and then I realized, like, I had this like such beautiful clarity of understanding that it was that I was experiencing ego.
Wow.
And then in that moment, I realized, oh, wow, like that's so beautiful to see that. And then I thought, maybe that's what blossom my bliss is like. And then I was just like,
wow.
that's got to be blossom my bliss. Like that's because I just feel blissful seeing that and feeling that. And then I felt so much more love for you because I could only experience and know that because of your guidance.
Wow.
It was just so beautiful, Jody.
That's so beautiful.
Words cannot describe how much love I feel for you, for how I feel for my life and how it's changed, you know, how my life has transformed, and just the joy I feel in knowing and understanding my ego. That joy that it brings me to understanding that is just incredibly freeing. You've just freed me completely, freed my soul completely of anything that could ever stop me moving forward. And I am so passionate about my ascension, so passionate about blossoming my bliss further and understanding myself, seeing my suppression. I feel so excited about seeing more of my suppression too. Like,
wow,
it's like I'm like, I want to see this. Like, this is fascinating that I've actually designed this, you know, that this is what I've created. I just feel I'm in awe that we created it, you know, and in awe that when I see it, and when I have seen it, it's like, oh, wow, like, just amazing. So amazing. And it's all because of you. All because of your guidance. And I love you so much.
Wow.
So much. Doesn't say it.
Well, this is awe upon awe upon awe upon awe upon awe, and I'm here for it. It's magnificent. But hearing that coming out of Sean, thank you. That is magnificent. Like, it's just so incredibly beautiful. And I'm just like, I'm so deeply touched, and I'm so in awe of you, and I'm loving that feeling of awe again and again and again. And let's just let it keep going, because you figured it out yourself. You basically activated the true meaning of the session, and then you saw your ego like you've never seen it before. Wow. Well done. I'm so proud of you. That is really, really amazing. And thank you for recognizing the guidance that I'm giving you and thanking me for that. Like, it's really, really deeply touching. And I know you all do it, and it's just divine. It really is. But I can really see in your gratitude and the love that you feel in that acknowledgement, it's just you acknowledging yourself as well, like this beautiful, beautiful energy and love. I wish there were bliss, let's just say bliss and nectar and, you know, beautiful, everything beautiful just flowing between us. And imagine the whole one soul like that, right?
Yeah.
There we're
Yes.
going. There we have the description of paradise, right?
Yes.
You're seeing that? Like, you're
Yes.
starting to feel it, you're starting to see it. And that is why we're doing this. And you beautiful souls, having this courage, having this humility, having this love, this compassion, this patience, this dedication. It's all of those things that are giving you this experience. And you're giving it to the one soul as well. And always know that. Don't ever underestimate that. Just always know that. But the passion and the frequency, the love is coming out of you, Sean. That's incredible. That's beautiful. Like that. That's a force of love, and that could you all feel that, like the force of that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, good. Very much.
How beautiful
Yeah.
is that, and how vital is that for the one soul that you allow that, Sean, that you allow that, because I know that is humility. That's the real humility of really knowing the truth about love and really having that wisdom of knowing what all the ego feels like and having that courage to move forward like that with that much passion. There's nothing can stop that, Sean, nothing. So yes, go for it, like, and spread that through the one soul. Just keep telling the one soul. But I truly am so honored by you all to really see this and feel this love. I can actually feel, like when you were talking, Sean, I could actually feel it. And from all of you, right? But just talking to you, Sean, I could feel it in the cells in my body. I could actually feel new pathways forming from that love and from that, the powerful love that you, not the powerful love when we're talking about in other sessions, but the power of your love. Just, that's what's so amazing about this, how much impact we can have on others, because I care about everyone. I care about all the one soul, and I want that. And I want you guys to keep doing that, keep giving that love. You don't have to go out and start preaching it at all. I'm not recommending that. I don't want to do that either. I just want to talk to the people that want to hear it and then keep talking to the one soul. That's soul talking. It's so, so beautiful. But Sean, thank you so much. I love you so much. Like, it's just incredibly beautiful to see you. Wow. Right, everyone? Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
We're getting some ore today. And
Yeah.
I'm loving it. But it's like that beautiful feeling of the cells just awakening, rejuvenating from this real ore, the real ore. This isn't ego ore. This is real ore of love. And that's what our brain loves. Imagine what's going on in our brains right now. Imagine those beautiful lights sparkling through a new pathway. Oh, yeah. Thank you. And our whole being, you know, just affecting us on that beautiful level. Wow, Sean. I'm wanting to put into words what I feel, but it feels like speechless. And I felt that with each one of you talking, like, but I love the words too. I want to say the words, and I love the words, and I love that we talk. But I want to really activate more and more of our ability to connect just our thoughts. More and more activate how powerful our thoughts are to share with each other on this higher level, because that's part of unsuppressing as well. You know, that's what you've been doing, Sean. You've been like, I love when you're in the sessions and you cry. It's just beautiful. It's so beautiful. Any of you, whenever I see you cry, I'm just like, oh, how gorgeous, because I know that you're cleansing and it's beautiful. And you've done so much of that. But today there's another level in you, Sean. It's really obvious and it's really beautiful and it's really shiny. It's like your whole light body's just like said, I'm here and I'm arrived.
That's how I feel. Yeah, that
Oh,
is how I feel. I just feel so strong in my choices. Like I really feel like I've done everything. You know, I've experienced,
it's so good.
and even when because I was, I was involved with you a long time ago, Jody, when I was in my early 20s, and I left, and that wouldn't have happened maybe 3 or 4 times. And there was my family didn't really understand, but when people did ask me, when I did get an opportunity to talk about my experience with you, I remember saying, like, I got scared. I was scared of my ego.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that took me away,
Oh.
And so the wisdom that I've gained since then, and I feel like I've done everything, I know what it feels like. It's been so beautiful to do that and to actually give myself that experience and to know that it doesn't matter how much pain or how much struggle there is in my ego now, WDT is always there. And it's just like, and that just instantly gives me that calmness of, I've done this. I know what this feels like. I know where it goes. I know where it leads. I know what I want. It's just so beautiful. And you've given that to us, you've given that to each and every one of us. It's so beautiful. So it's the greatest gift that anyone could ever give to anyone is what you give. It's what we've dreamt from. It's what we all dreamt of from the beginning of our existence, is to have this waking up experience with you.
Oh, Sean,
just amazing.
So amazing. You're amazing. This is amazing what you're saying. This is really, really profound. Like, look at us all. We're all like, wow, this is so good hearing you say that. Wow, let those tears flow, Sean. That recognition that your ego was so scared because it was losing. The ego always loses to ascension, always. That's the fear. It's going to lose, because that's all the ego cares about, is winning and losing, right? Surviving and dying and, lust and hate. And you've tried all of that, Sean, and good on you.
Yeah.
And whenever you left, I missed you, but I loved you so much no matter what. And I wanted you to go and have those experiences. And I always encourage it, because I think if you need to go and live more of your ego, then do. When you're ready, you'll just know you've had enough. And the pain became too much, didn't it, Sean? It's just like...
Yeah, sure did. Yeah. Very, very painful. Yeah.
Yeah, and you tried all your concepts, you lived your concepts, you tried everything. And I just love that you know that now.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. How does that feel now, knowing that?
I feel it just feels so so nourishing. I feel so nourished that I know that.
Wow.
And that this is all that I want. That I just want my ascension. I just want to experience more of my bliss is what I want. Yeah. And I know there's so much more to be felt and
I love
just
that.
I know there's so much more. It's like I can feel it. And it's like I just want that now,
Exactly.
Just want more of that bliss.
That's exactly how I feel. The more that you send, the more love that you feel, the more you want it. And the less you want your ego, because it just feels puny. It feels silly. It's laughable. That's what I said. I giggle and I laugh at the ego, because it's so small and so limited. And it's just, but hearing you say it, it's just really, really touching, Sean. It's really beautiful. And I'm so proud of you. And thank you. Thank you for sharing all this so openly and so courageously. And just even, from when you first came back and started these sessions again, just where you've come from there to now. And I think it's brilliant. You came back when you were really ready, and that's all I want. I don't want anyone to ever feel like they should do this. You've got to feel it in yourself. You've got to know it's for you, and when you're ready in your soul to do this. And that's the perfect higher plan. That's a big part of the trusting when people that we really love in our life, and you know, I love all the ones soul, but there's people that we have even closer to us, right? If we see them not choosing this, we have to allow them to have it. We can share what we feel with them if it feels right, but trying to push this onto anyone is just, it's never going to help them to remember. The best and greatest thing we can do is to just love and understand where they are choosing to be and know that it's part of the higher plan. And that's what I always did. There was many people that came and went, you know. And that's all good with me. Of course, I felt the feeling of loss and I missed you and these people, but I really understood. There's nothing I could do but understand. That's how I feel. I understand. I really do. You've got to be ready. You've got to really want it. But I think it's beautiful too, in your experience, Sean, you came and had some, you took that affected whoever you're with, right? People noticed things about you, that you had something different, something more loving.
Yeah.
They noticed it. So you were, even then, you might have gone, but you took it with you. And you tried to stop remembering it, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone I've known who does that, who has left it in that situation, tries to forget it, but they can't. And it's good that they can't, because that's how much they've connected with it in themselves. And so I know how much that it would have helped you through that time. And you've shared that with me too, right? It was there for you. And then the next time, a bit more, and the next time a bit more, and it kept going until you came to this point where you'd done everything you wanted to do. And that's honorable to me. That's beautiful to me that you did that. You let yourself do that. I love it, you know, and we have to. I'm not doing it because I have to. I just really feel that. But knowing that, feeling that is part of embracing others is really important, because we all have that passion. Once we feel this love and this passion, we want everyone to have it, right?
Yeah.
And that's good. Don't ever stop that feeling, but have the other feeling as well, where you understand it's there. It's all part of the journey, and it's perfect. It's really perfect. And the greatest thing we can give to others is just show them the love that we're feeling. Like, just be it by living it and being it and not preaching it. It shows them, right? And you've already experienced that, Sean. You all have, right? You've all seen that love that you're feeling, connecting with, rubbing off on other people. You know, you can stir up other people's ego too, and you've all seen that as well, right? And it's the same reason that you had, Sean, is fear. It's the fear. The ego starts feeling really afraid. The ego's meant to feel afraid of this. That's how we keep it going until we don't want to. And there's a higher plan for absolutely everyone for that moment. Absolutely everyone is going to come to that moment where that's it. I'm done with falling. That's a plan for absolutely everyone. So always know that and trust that. They might have to go to light interim a few times. Shift dimensions for a while and get some beautiful angels assisting with whatever there is to integrate in there in light interim, you know, the afterlife place. And then, you know, you come back again when you're ready. And then it's all perfect. The journey's perfect. But there's a point where everyone is going to do that. There's a lot more I could say about all that, but I'll just keep it at that for now. But it is really perfect. That's the thing to really know. To really know that. Because we have this passion, your passion for your ascension, your love, and the love that you're giving to me. It's really obvious how important this is to you. It's coming from all of you, right? So that's why you're experiencing it, because you know now. You know now. Your switch turned on, right? You want to turn the switch on and turn it off for a little while, but you never really lost any of that. And you never really lost yourself. You can't lose yourself ever. You can't lose the blissful being that you are. That is always there. You can just pretend and have an ego journey. That's it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just makes sense so well. Oh, Dawn, thank you for that beautiful love that's coming out of you and sharing. Like listening to life, the joy of life, the aliveness in you. Imagine how healing that is for you and for everyone, that frequency, you know, and it comes out of all of you. Whenever you talk, you're all passionate about it, right? So thank you.
Yeah.
I love you so much. I really,
I
really,
love you.
really love every bit of you.
I love you too, Jody. Thank you. I love you so much.
Oh, I love that so much. Wow, the awe is just incredible. It's so good to know how much it's giving us too, Fanny. So good to know.
Mm.
All right. Beautiful Estella. What would you like to share, my love? Oh.
Yeah, I'm just speechless listening to all of you.
Yeah.
I'm feeling your love and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jody, for this session today. It has given me renewed clarity and inspiration.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
it just touched these things that I'm going through at the moment. Like I'm feeling a lot of stirring up.
Yeah.
Stirring up.
That's because you're being so courageous. You're being so courageous in your life, and you're allowing yourself to have quite a big journey that's shifting a real lot of old stuff, and that's perfect. And you're doing perfect with that. I'm really proud of you for the strength that you're having and how you're connecting constantly with your ascension, no matter what, because that's the most important thing for us once we get to this point. But keep sharing. It's really beautiful. I love you so much. You look gorgeous in that purple color too. I love it. Keep going.
Thank you so much. Yeah, there's a lot that like the thing that I want to share. The most important thing is like I can see how with all the sessions, all your guidance, I have been like getting to know myself more and my ego, and I don't know how to say it, but I feel like I have connected with a part of me that I was not connected to.
Wow. That's
And
so beautiful. Yep.
and it is helping me a lot to see my ego pathways. And yeah, I can see the drowsiness, for example, sometimes when I talk here, like you share, this is the subconscious coming up, and
the unconsciousness, the waves of the
unconsciousness. Yeah, and I see like this this pathway I have where you shared this on the last session about it's like the fight or flight.
Yes. Yes.
So I can see this, like I have these very fast thoughts that sometimes are very difficult to grasp and to really, they are so fast that sometimes I get stuck in trying to understand what was I thinking exactly in that moment. And then I block, like, and this I am understanding now, it's that flight.
Yes.
Flight mode. I go into flight mode and then feel blocked.
Yes, and it's the subconscious is giving you these very quick messages. And the most beautiful freedom of all of this is just to know you put those pathways there so you can undo them. And that's what's beautiful about knowing about the subconscious. And, you know, we talked about that with the flight or fight. It's like you're getting all those triggers of not feeling safe. So the beautiful thing that we can do in that situation, I talked about this as well, is saying, I am calm, I am safe. Oh, it helps you so much. And it's those two little words. And I like adding I am love and I'm loved and I'm loving. You can add all that too. But just that, if that's all we can remember in that moment, I'm calm and I'm safe, that is building pathways that really, really know just how incredibly powerful they are affecting your life.
They are, Jody. I want to say thank you for sharing that, because I've been doing that. Like every time I go through that, I say I'm calm, I'm safe, and I'm loved. I choose love, and
I can see like the new pathways being built, and it's so beautiful. Thank you.
Wow.
I can really feel the powerful effect it has on me.
Wow. That's
You
so
because
beautiful. Oh, I can see it in you. You look so beautiful, and you're glowing. I've been seeing that in you all night, like the glow that's coming out of you. It's just magnificent. It's just beautiful. And thank you for thanking me for that. That means so much. It really does mean so much to me that it's giving you that experience, because it's so simple, isn't it? But yet it's so powerful. It's so powerful and it's so effective. And I don't know about you, but I say it a lot during the day, because there's real old survival programs that are in there. And it's just really, really good to know that's all we need to say. And I feel my whole nervous system calming down. 2 little words. But the more that we do that, the less we're going to have that flight or flight thing, because the pathways are changing and you're changing them. So that's really well done, Estella. So proud of you. Thank you so much for sharing that. It really is so touching. Speechless and in awe again. And I love it. Oh, is there anything else you'd like to share, beautiful?
yeah, it really helps, because I can see this. There is a lot of it triggers a lot of fear. Like when I block, what I feel, what you said, the survival. There is a lot of fear,
Yeah.
but just by saying I am calm, I am safe, that connects me with my soul instantly, and then
So good.
reminds me of the truth of myself, and takes me out of that pattern of So thank you. You're really so helpful, because this this to me has been like a big mystery.
I get it. I understand. Yes, I understand. Yeah.
Because I have had this since I was a teenager, like so many years already.
Yes, exactly. And that's like suppression. But remember, that suppression is not just this life.
Exactly.
That is connected. And, you can really, even if you don't know what that life is, but I know that I've shared in your private personal sessions more about that for you, but I'm just really, really connecting with it, even if you don't know what it is. Just you can even let a memory come into your consciousness and trust it. It might feel like a fantasy, but trust it. Trust it. Even if it's a fantasy, if it's revealing something to you, it's good. It's good, because you might not be remembering exactly the experience, but somehow your subconscious is giving you some information. So you can know that it's being connected to that as well. But I completely relate to what you're saying, and I totally understand that feeling of our nervous system just going into like so intense. And I think it's because we are so sensitive, and we are so we do feel so deeply, and our ascension's always been our path. So that makes us even more like that, because others around us that have become more numb and more insensitive because of their choice can make us feel even more sensitive, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not about blaming them or saying you're a victim to them. It's just a frequency. And when you're aware of that frequency, you can really make a shift. Because quite often that fight or flight can make you want to run or fight the people. And the ego thinks that's the solution. But I do want to say, remember the powerful love. It's interesting, this is coming up because I was talking about it before, but the powerful love of being clear about what you want is still really important without the anger. It's just very, very strong, but very calm. That's important to know you're allowed to do that. But when we forget that in a way, and we go just into the habitual pathways of defending ourselves, because that's what we've had to do in a lot of ways because of our sensitivity, right? But in our ascension, we need to understand it's just a feeding experience. What I talked about a bit earlier, the feeding of the ego between you. And you have to be the one that changes that. You have to be the one that says to yourself, I'm calm and I'm safe, and I choose not to keep this engagement. And just say, thank you, I understand. or just walk away. You can do that too. But don't do it. If you do it you can do it in anger. You can do anything with your ego. But if you do it in anger, at first you might feel that. Still let yourself integrate that. Still let yourself understand, connect some dots of what this suppression is. And when you, this is so great for all of you to hear that when you are going through unveiling this suppression, keep telling yourself you're calm and you're safe. I want you to know how potent that is, because you're building that pathway, right? And that's what you want to do in those moments, especially. Keep building that pathway. It's so good, because everything about you really is calm and safe in that higher way. But the forgetting of ourself, believing our ego, has just made us have those experiences. So just really know that you're building that pathway, how important it is to keep saying you're calm, I am calm and I am safe. Adding an I am love is really great too. But I know you guys have been doing that anyway. You've been doing that for a long time, because I've guided you there for a long time, that we are love. But this is a whole nother level. Like, my guidance is going to more levels, and I've still got a lot more levels to guide yet. But just guiding them in the process that helps it to just flow, right? And this is where it was up to today. Blossom your bliss. And no, I could talk a lot about the twin flames in this one too, because it's as relevant. It's relevant always. The twin flame aspect of it is always relevant. And just really looking at all the programs that we have about our twin flames too. You know, there's a lot of programs about that. And the individuality that we feel, the illusion of that individuality. And Blossom Your Bliss has a lot to do with the oneness, you know. Well, it's fully to do with the oneness. So it's important to know suppression, the bottom line of it, will go back to your twin flame. But go through those layers. Go through those layers. You can go straight to that twin flame understanding as well, if you want to. But then you'll see more layers of how did this happen? What was the bottom line of when you start realizing how much you've suppressed about your twin flame? It'll be pretty huge. Pretty huge. So go gentle. Always be gentle. And it's just, it's not hard. It's huge in the way of what you'll see. It's not hard. Ascension's not hard. That's the ego's version. Everything is easy because we keep applying this. We keep understanding this. And be patient. Remember, patience is so important in this. But you know what you can do if you want to understand that about twin flame? You can just say, this is to do with my twin flame. This suppression is about my twin flame. Go back and back and back. And as I said earlier, go back in your memory of when was the last time I felt, just whatever the feeling is. Say it's anger. When's the last time I felt this anger? When's the last time I felt that? La, la, la. And keep going back. And then you're most likely going to get to a point where you go, wow, I'm really angry at my twin flame. Stella's laughing because she gets it. I'm really angry at my twin flame, right? We're all going to feel that, okay? We're all going to feel that, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it is an illusion. But that's what you want to look at. You want to look at that and let yourself. Maybe I can do a whole session on this. How it goes all back to the twin flame. That would be great. Maybe next time we'll see what happens. But it really does, though. It really activates it. So that's really good. Because remember, everything goes back to that anyway. Everything, the core of everything is you and your twin flame, because that's your first experience. And it's always going to be your experience. That can never, ever change. You're a twin flame, period. Full stop if you prefer. But so understanding that is really great. That will really help you with your flight and fight as well, Stella. and all of you. But if you keep going back and back and back, but keep reminding you along the way, I'm calm, I'm safe. I'm calm, I'm safe. I am love, because that can activate a lot of emotion. And cry. Crying's very, very good. Don't ever think you're crying too much, okay? You're not. You're crying the amount you need to. Okay? So it's all right to cry. It's beautiful to cry. It's very, very healing, and you're, like I said about the tears and everything, but you're also cleansing those pathways and building new ones. You know, you're crying them out. So it's very, very good for that. And that's another way we blossom our bliss. Is cry. Yay. I know that there can be times when we keep feeding the ego, so we're repeating the crying about the same thing, and that's okay too. But when you know you've got to shift yourself into your higher perspective to really complete that part, then do that. But do cry as much as you want, for as long as you want. You will know when it's starting to become, you'll just get so bored with it, you won't even feel like crying about it anymore. And then you know you're done, right? There's some noddings going on there, right? Yeah, you just start crying like, oh, I think I've already done this. I've been there so many times. I know where this cry is going to go. It's going to be a big sulking session, and then I'll just move out from it. So what we do in Blossom Our Bliss is we keep progressing these layers. We keep going through and rising and rising and rising in our ascension, and more bliss. It's the bliss that you are. It's the bliss that you are, right? You're just, like I like to say, coming home to it. So is there anything else you'd like to share, beautiful Stella?
I don't know. I think I could say so many more, but
Yeah.
no, I'm very, very happy listening to you and feeling the bliss with you and all of us here, and keep remembering.
Oh, beautiful. Oh my gosh. How beautiful is she? All of you. Yeah, you're so beautiful, Estelle. And I love you so, so much. Oh, so beautiful. How beautiful are we, hey? All of us. Like when we're really our real being, like so gorgeous. Well, thank you so much for saying that.
Thank you so much. Beautiful, Jody. I love you so much.
Love you too. Oh my gosh, thank you. Oh, I think now's a good time to take a photo, but I just love you all so much. And thank you. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
Love you. Love you all.
Love you.
Thank you so much. Love you
so
so much.
I love you all so much. Like,
oh my gosh.
I wish there was more words to describe this in a way so I could, but I know that still wouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
I just love you so much, and it's forever that I love you, and forever our beautiful soul exists. And this journey is magnificent, and it's the most greatest honor to be me, to guide you and myself, to guide us to remember the love that we are, and to keep more and more remembering and more enjoying our love, because that's really who we are. And we've been enjoying our ego love, but now we're done with that, and we want this, and we are going to experience that paradise. Trust that, really trust that, make that part of your trust in the WDT, because it is so true and real, right? Remember what I said earlier? Imagine. Make it huge, make it great, put all that passion into that imagination, and keep doing that and keep trusting that. Just know that that is what we're creating. So I'm truly honored, and I'm speechless. This has been very, very, very special, and I love you guys so much, and thank you for you, and thank you for everything that you shared today, and everything that you share with me all the time, and just everything about you. Thank you. You're magnificent, and you're really, really amazing. Really amazing. Wow. just wow, that the awe is growing. Hey, the awe is growing.
Yes.
And it's going to keep growing.
Yeah.
And now we know how good it is for us too. You know, we can just really get into it and allow that awe and the bliss, and just know it's just natural. It's natural for us to feel that. Oh, wow. I love you so much. Oh,
Love you, Jode. Love you so
I love
Love
you
you
much.
so much.
Oh,
so infinitely.
Love you so much.
Thank
love
you.
you so much. Thank you for everything. Love you.
You. Oh, mwah.
I love you all
Yeah.
so much.
You always soul talking forever.
Yeah.
And on we go, enjoying our paradise. Mwah. Love you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
Thank
Love you all.
Thank
Thank you.
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 Thank you.
You're beautiful how much you love each other. Like, wow,
Mhm.
too, hey?
Yeah.
Love, love,
Mhm.
you. Thank you. Okay. I'll finish now. Love you, gorgeous.
Love you.
Love
Love
you.
you.
Love you.